Hello, it's me, your friendly neighborhood ding dong, here to yap about cats once again. My life is not complete without yapping about cats, and I'm making that every single one of your guys' problem. In addition to mine, it's not a problem. No, it's a problem. Are you ready to yap about Forest of Secrets? I have not as angry of thoughts. I have angry thoughts, but not as intense as last week. I promise. Put an asterisk there because maybe not. I get myself riled up. I have some theories on this one. More than being mad. I have some thoughts that I didn't, and again, I don't notice these things until like right now. Also, big disclaimer, I'm trying dual streaming on TikTok at the same time. Not a clue if it's working. I'm just hoping that it is, but I genuinely have no idea how to tell. So, yeah, that's about that. I don't even know how to see if I'm live. I've got it over here on my phone. This is very professional, I know. I have it on my phone, but like, I don't even know where I would pull that up. It's just what a mystery. Maybe on the TikTok studio? Who knows? Live? Surely, right? I guess maybe not. I'm not sure. I did a test stream. Sorry, I swear we will be doing this professionally in just a half second. But I swear I did a test stream yesterday, but I didn't do it dual streaming because I didn't want to do a test on there as well. So that's for today. So if anybody's listening to this in the future, I'll just cut out this part in the beginning. Yeah, not a clue. How do I tell? Anybody know? Can anybody see? I would imagine the studio, yeah? Hello? Hello? Are we on here? How do I know? I guess I just won't know ever again. Why did they make it so tough? Hold on. Maybe if I open, let me see. I'm gonna try and open something. TikTok live studio. Maybe surely it's that. Oh my goodness. Okay. We'll launch this. Also, hello everybody. Hello. Who do we have kicking it here with us? We have Evil Scientist Alien. Oh, I love that name. We have Moonlight Bloom, Bread, big fan of your work. Pink Leafeon, could you imagine a shiny Pink Leafeon? Ah, I dream. Who do we have? We have Plain Gamer, Ginger Fur, R Zeta, Gotcha Productions. Oh no, hold on. Hold on. Okay, I think it's working. I have no clue. I wish it would tell me. A part of me, okay, enough out of you, TikTok. I think I'm a boomer. How do I know? I don't know. They make this so not user friendly, but maybe I'm just a little dumb. But yeah, anyways, hello. Okay, if you're on TikTok, I can't see you at all. So I just hope that everything is good over there and there's not any shenanigans going on. Genuinely, how do you know? I never know. I will never know. That's not for me to know. I should have tested this, but I actually don't know how I would even begin to test this. Please, I'm begging you. How would I know? Oh my goodness. Can anybody go on TikTok and tell me if you can see this? Let's see. Let's see if can I search my own self? Surely there has to be a better way. There must. There must. Nope, that's... Oh, no, I'm right there. Look at that. No, I found it. I'm big brain. Okay, got it. Okay, I think I can see. Okay, TikTok, I see you now. I see you here. No, stop. That seems like a ridiculous way of doing that, but that's okay. Okay, I'm gonna try and watch. Hello TikTok, hello YouTube. Now we're here in the thick of it. I wish I could do this in a more productive way, but we can't. Wait, I got one more idea. I'm sorry. It might start screaming at you. Please, if it starts, yep, there it is. Okay, enough out of you. Live, surely? I apologize. Hopefully it's not gonna be saying anything crazy here. Can I not see my own? This is so goofy. Oh, it's gonna start yapping at myself. Okay, whatever, it's fine. I'll watch it off my phone. Hello, TikTok, hello, YouTube. Okay, let's just start talking. Enough out of me, okay? I have my drink. Let's go. Okay, so we're reading Forest of Secrets, so there's gonna be spoilers as per usual. So, chat, why are you so incredibly hard to read? Why is it like this? Surely like that. Let's see. Hold on one moment. I didn't want to do a test stream with this. That's a little bit better. One moment. I'd super duper appreciate your guys' patience in these trying times that we have found ourselves in. Surely that's better. That's kind of better a little bit. Sure, that's perfect. Okay, so Force's Secrets, welcome. How many times can I say that? Probably 700. Okay, let's just jump into it. So we left off in Fire and Ice with Sand, Storm, and Dust Pelt being made warriors. And now we're back in the thick of it. Cinderpaw has had her situation, and now we're exploring that in this book. Silverstream and Greystripe are still canoodling illegally across the river. How scandalous. Tigerclaw is being a messy mean girl as per usual, and Fireheart once again continues to be just the sassiest, meanest guy I've ever met in my whole life. He's genuinely so mean, and I love that for everybody involved in this. Okay, so first of all, I have this week I have my, first of all, would you like some ASMR? I don't think that is picking it up at all. That's not ASMR if you can hear it. I have sticky notes on my book now, so I can actually find the pages at a glance. So let's just go through the notes, shall we? Let's see what we have. Okay, so very first out of the gate on page 8. Here's my book. What do I've said that okay, actually before I jump into my notes, Tigerclaw is such a mean girl in this. And I seriously, like, didn't really notice. And also, I need to, like, be in order. I have so many thoughts about Tigerclaw in this, it actually pains me. And I feel like there was so much potential for him, and we'll get to this as we get further along. But, like, there's a couple times I'm like, oh, they could have done something really cool with him. But then they just, like, didn't. And that's fine, I guess. And part of it, though, and same with Blue Star, actually. Part of it is are there seriously ads? I have it set to, okay, sorry to get off track once more. I have it set differently this time, so it should not be going. I have it set that it only goes every, I think, 25 minutes, because I'm like, that feels like a like long amount of time, right? Like, that's non-invasive, I would think. So I don't know why it's giving you guys an ad. I genuinely don't. I'm so sorry. I don't know why it does this. I switched it because I think there was too many ads last time, so I genuinely apologize for that. I'll mess with it some more. Dang, that is unfortunate. I swear I tried to switch it. Unless I didn't switch it on my streaming thing. Surely okay, it doesn't matter. It does. You've had 9 ads, Tito? Like, are you pulling my leg? Has it actually been 9 ads? There's no way. Really? Like, on this? That's blowing my mind if that's true. Also, sorry, TikTok. I'm like, it just, I don't know. You guys are like my little guys on the side. I am paying attention to both at the same time, but stressed about the ads. I can't believe this 9 ads. What the hell? Maybe I should just turn them off. Like, at that point. Jeez. If it's 9, that is not okay. And I will get that looked into, because there's no way. It should just be 1. In any case, actually, it shouldn't even be 1. It should be after 25. Okay, Jane, focus. Okay, so Tigerclaw's being a mean girl. And so a big theme in this book, you can hear me like constantly flicking with my pages. A huge theme in this book is, intentionally or not, I'm not sure. Surely it is like the concept of like motherhood, and it is explored in like many different characters. So we have very clearly, it's, so spoilers if you haven't read this book yet. You got 10 ads? I can't tell if you guys are messing with me. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna focus now. I do apologize about the ads. I genuinely am so sorry. But, sorry, let me get back on topic. TikTok says, crazy for you, Paul. You were on my childhood. Welcome. I'm still here, still yapping about cats, and I'm not sorry about it. I'm a little sorry, but no, I'm not. I love the cats. I'll be 700 years old and I'll still be talking about cats and having the best time of my life. If it makes me happy, and that's all that I care about. And I care about vibing with you guys. Okay, focus. There's motherhood is a huge topic. The biggest one being, obviously, Blue Star. It is, like I was saying, spoilers. And now chat has stopped working. Very good. So a Blue Star is revealed to be Misty, Foot, and Stonefur's mother fairly far into the book. Do they kind of bring that up? But it is alluded to so much in the beginning, and it is almost, and again, I've said this in like every stream, I understand that this is a book for a younger audience. That is totally good. But we're also slicing people from their neck to their tippy toes, and their insides are outside. So, I mean, like, you gotta give and take, right? But like, I'm like, you're bashing us over the head with this. And I guess maybe part of it is I have like an extensive knowledge of what happens after. So it I guess does make sense that I'm like, oh, it's very clear. But but maybe it's not as clear if you didn't know. I don't know. So anyways, so a big one is obviously Blue Star and Misty and all that. But then, so I wouldn't even say motherhood. I would guess parenthood, because the other big one is it's revealed that Silverstream, I was going to say Silverstripe, who's, I don't know, some interloper. Silverstream is going to have Gray Stripes kids. And it's not so much focused on Silverstream, and I really wish that we would have seen more with that. I'm not sure how, because I am not a huge fan of multiple POVs, but I just wish we would have been able to like explore her feelings a little more somehow. But then the other one we have that I didn't really note until like this reread, and it wasn't towards the end of the book, is also Yellow Fang and Broken Tail, because Broken Tail is, I'm out of breath because I'm nervous. Sorry, I gotta always say that. But Broken Tail is currently being sheltered in ThunderClan, which is dumb, but also I think I've talked myself into making it make sense for me. But Yellow Fang is struggling with Broken Tail and like caring for him. But then the other one, which is not touched on at all, and I really, really, really wish that they had, is it's revealed in this book that Golden Flower is pregnant and then has Tigerclaw's kids. And I'm like, wouldn't have that been cool to see some more information on him? Because throughout the books, like, it's very much evil, boo, ah, bad boy, spank him, get him into cat jail, he's naughty. But wouldn't it have been so cool to see just a soft side of him in this parenthood? Because so many bad, I say this with love, kind of, so many bad decisions are made from these books in terms of like emotional, like, torn. Like Gray Stripe, obviously, with his lover Silverstream. Big spoiler at the end, he leaves ThunderClan to go to RiverClan to be with his kids. Blue Star, obviously, in her whole turmoil with, you know, giving them up and being deputy and stuff like that. But man, wouldn't it have been cool that like we see this big evil Tigerclaw? You know, he's just an unforgivingly ambitious and evil guy. But what if we have that moment of just softness where he's like excited about his kids and his children, and it gives another side? But we just don't. They just don't. And I'm like, man, it's right there. It's right at our little fingies. And yet Erin Hunter flips us off and flicks us on the nose and says, no, none for you. So that is unfortunate. I wish they would have dove a bit more into that. Dived is dove a word? I don't think it is. I think it's dived. Same with sneaked. I had a fiery discussion with my childhood teacher because I was convinced that sneaked wasn't a word. Like I would think you snuck out of camp, not you sneaked out of camp. But snuck, I don't think is a word. And I'm like, what? Winter Stormfield said like Tigerclaw could have been a good dad. Totally. And wouldn't have that made Tawny Paw's whole, sorry, we're kind of skipping in spoiler town, but wouldn't have made Tiger, sorry if I've been saying Tigerheart, by the way, but wouldn't have that made Tawny Paw's venture into ShadowClan so much more interesting? And like, I don't know. Ginger First says Tigerclaw and Golden Flower being mates is actually retcon. And you know what? Here's the thing. You know, them being mates doesn't even like phase me. Like, even if they don't love each other, I like that is totally, you know, I know that in the earlier books, the fathers of kids don't always like have an active role in their life and like stuff like that. And Tigerclaw and Golden Flower, I don't even think look at each other in this book. But I think that it goes even going beyond that and going into the like in the fact that that's his kids. And I can't really remember in the books going forward if we explore that more. I don't think we do. But when Bramble Paw and Tawny Paw are like more active in the books, I'm gonna watch and see, because I don't think they do. But I'm like, in this book, oh man, there was the theme was right there, Aaron. So it was right there. Is snuck a word? Oh, snuck should be a word. That's what I'm saying. It just feels wrong, right? Snuck isn't a word. I don't think so, Moonlight. Don't quote me though. I'm not a brain cell owning individual, so I could be wrong. But yes, oh my gosh. Also, TikTok, I'm still here, cutie pies. I just I have you on the side. It's a little harder to see you guys. Erin says, are you using PNG Tuber Remix? Your lip sync is so good. I'm using Honk. It's just a program, literally just HONK Honk. PNG probably. It was super cheap. It was like $12 US, so I don't know what that is in Canadian off the top of my, not that it probably matters, but I got it like a couple years ago, and I just drew the assets myself and just plunked it into, and it's super easy. Go look at a tutorial. It's super affordable. I really like it, and I find it really effective. It's very cute. I like it. So it's Honk. I should put that in the link. Okay, so and maybe snuck is a word. I'm not sure. But in any case, I guess that's so much not important in this whole thing. Also, for you guys on TikTok, I'm going through the books every week. Every Saturday, I'm reading one book. Oh God, and it's going to take so long. One book a week for the rest of the time that I'm alive in for Warriors. But we're going through the first arcs. We're on book 3. This is the 3rd week. So I'm going to try dual streaming on TikTok and here every week. So if you want to watch on either spot, I'll be here. I'll try to be here. Okay, so let's see. So that was my yap about Tigerclaw, and we will return to that. We will on more. Again, so at the very end of last book, Tigerclaw, well no, I can't remember who it was. I want to say it was Darkstripe. Somebody, I think it was Darkstripe, saw Fireheart let Silverstream go in the battle, and he was like, okay, you were fighting, and then he like didn't really do any damage and he just let her go, and Tigerclaw just would not let that go. I'm like, bro. And then we have a very good example of them doing it again in this book and nobody cares, but that's fine. That's just fine. But he's just constantly going after her. Okay, so page 11, I have a quote saying Fireheart is concerned, bros before girls. Let's see. Where at page 11? Oh my gosh, I have too many sticky notes though. If you sticky note everything, nothing is sticky noted. Okay. Oh, I remember. Okay, so Fireheart on page 11, he's going on about like he is concerned about Greystripe, absolutely, and his like divided loyalties and stuff. But it's just so funny that Fireheart is constantly like, oh my god, things will never be the same. Tucks his hair behind his ear. I will never have my bro ever again. Like it's the whole Lion King where Timon and Pumbaa is like, oh, he's met the girl and now he's leaving us. But it's so not. But it's just so funny that they just like constantly. He's going on about that. I have my drink over here. Whoa! Sorry, I just punched my mic just for you guys. Whoa. Also, yeah, so there is spoilers. I did see that. Lily Cat says, I take every spoiler I can find because I don't want to pay for the book. You know what? Honestly, not to be a shill, but, or like, I don't think this is shill at all. But when I was a kid, I read the entire book series that they had just through the library. So honestly, I would recommend if you do have a library that you can access, that is so, like, if you can't like purchase the books or want to like have that many insane amount of books or used books, you'd be surprised. Okay, back to it. Got frog in my throat always when I stream because I yap so much. Okay, so page 16. On page 16, I've written that I'm frustrated that Blue Star is keeping Broken Tail. And at the beginning, I was so mad because I'm like, what? Kate the kitty says Firestar is Debbie Ryan when it comes to Greystripe. It's literally that gif of her tucking her hair and doing a little smile. Okay, sorry, but so Blue Star is okay. So where is the exact note that I have? Okay, so I was frustrated because I'm like, because Blue Star goes, this is me reading the quotes again. So basically they're keeping Broken Tail. And Blue Star says, ThunderClan has no need to be ashamed for showing mercy, Blue Star retorted coolly, but I see no reason to go looking for trouble. Before Tigerclaw could protest, she sprang to her paws and faced the rest of ThunderClan. Listen, she meowed. No cat is to talk about the attack by the rogue cats or mention Broken Tail. Those are matters for our clan alone. So, okay. So I was like, what? That is so dumb. That is so dumb. Everybody hates Broken Star. Everybody wants to kick Broken Star in the kneecap and put him into garbage cans everywhere. Everybody, children everywhere are smiling with glee thinking about Broken Tail in a garbage can. So it's like, why would they keep it secret? But here's my theory. I was going to save it to the end, but I'm going to do it now just because I can. Who's going to stop me? Here's my thing. So Yellow Fang is obviously... I think... Oh god, I should look. Hold on. Let me go backwards in my notes from last book. I think it's revealed that Yellowfang is his mom in last book? Why is it this book? I can't... Maybe it is this book, actually. Oh, God. I can't recall. Does anybody remember? I can't really find it. Okay, maybe it was... I guess I should know that, but I don't. So in any case... So Blue Star's big thing in this book is her like constantly having this thought of like, oh, did I do what's best for my clan? All this stuff with the whole Kits thing. I'm like, wouldn't it be interesting? Because to me, this decision makes no sense that she would kill or that she would keep Broken Tail like saved. Oh, it was Fire Nice. Okay, so we do know that that's his mom. So I'm like, that makes no sense. It's causing trouble for everybody. They have no reason. They're like, yeah, like if we kill him, we're just as bad as he is. But like that, I feel like they've done worse. They've done so much worse. Last book, Blue Star was ready to go invade the RiverClan just for the fun of it. They had so much food, but she's like, let's just beat them up while they're down. Why not? That's fun. So I don't know. I don't know. So it's like I just don't get the idea of them keeping it. But I'm like, but what if Blue Star had an inkling, like just like through her own experience, like she kind of knows what it's like to hide kits and like be like, hi, keeping that on DL. So what if she somehow sniffed out that Yellow Fang was Broken Tail's mother, and she could see this turmoil? Because I would like to think that Yellow Fang and Blue Star are buddies. They're friends. Like they have this mutual respect, this mutual understanding of each other. And like, what if that was the motivation behind her being fine, not being fine, but like being like, no, this is what it is, and it's gonna be like that. We're just gonna keep them. Period. The end. I think that would have been, but I guess I don't know. It doesn't say it, so I mean, I could just say in my head that's what I think it is and be the end of that. But it just seemed so non-intelligent to make the call that way. Kinsey says, I placed this brick 3 years ago. The battle cats never die. Once you've looked at the battle cats once in your life, you are sworn here by a blood oath. So, I don't know. I think we could have done more with that, and we didn't. Showtune Cockatoo. Oh, God, I love cockatoos. Blue Star, they say Blue Star speaks with Yellowfang before she, oh, interesting. Blue Star speaks with Yellowfang before speaking with the rest of the clan about what to do with him. She might have told Blue Star. I like that. Or even if, like, I feel like Blue Star is so, like, she's in tune, because, like, at the very end of the book, Blue Star's like, no, I knew the whole time that Gray Stripe and Silverstream were a thing. Like, I knew, like, I have eyeballs. I watched them at the gathering. He was constantly missing. This is not a surprise to me. Yes, I knew. And Fireheart was like, well, why didn't you stop him? And she said something to the effect of, like, oh, I hope that his clan loyalty would guide him in the right direction away from that cutie patootie, but alas, like me, has fallen for the RiverClan cat. Oh no. So it's like she knows. She's very intuitive with this kind of thing. So even if like Yellowfang didn't tell her, I feel like she could have. Plus they like make a point of them both having this like flat face. That's about it actually. They're both gray, I guess. But I don't know. I just feel like if, and I guess we don't need to go into it, because here I am complaining that they're spoon feeding us things. So I guess we could just like take that and just be like, okay, that's how it is. We don't necessarily need that to be spelled out for us exactly. Glitch Matrix said, I had to do a triple take Blixemi. This is on TikTok. It's me. It's your boy yapping about cats. I'm exactly where you left me 10 years ago. And I'm staying here, baby. Gotcha Production says, in the graphic novels, Yellowfang and Broken Tail look very similar. That's what I'm saying. And same with, okay, we'll get to there when we get to there, sorry. Sonnet Q says, my theory is Blue Star knew about Yellowfang being the mother of Broken Tail, not out of That's exactly, no, you know what? Sonnet, I couldn't agree. I agree. That's because that's the only way it really makes sense to me. Okay. Sorry, I got a little froggy in my throat always. Oh, okay, so okay, page 18, I have the quote, kids these days. Why am I talking about kids these days? I think they're complaining that the winter is tough, and they're like, back in my day, the winters were always tough. I had to walk uphill both mouse ways. Oh yeah, okay, so I think, who is this saying this? I think I want to say Small Ear. It's always Small Ear complaining. Who is this? I have no idea who the old black cat is. Is it Small Ear? Oh my goodness. Who? Oh, I think it's Crowfur. Okay, so I guess this is not even in ThunderClan. But they're complaining about Leaf Bear and just being like a hard leaf bear. I think it's Crowfur who says this. It's young warriors today, the old black cat added with a glance at Fireheart. They don't know what hardship is. And then they go on. Fireheart scuffled among the dead leaves under the bush and tried to look respectful, blah, 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 blah. Then they're just like talking about tough leaf bears. And yeah, I just thought it was funny. Just kids these days. But then right after, Fireheart is so unbelievably touchy in this book. Same with last book. Every time somebody makes a slight at him, he literally is like, oh yeah, well, I hate everything about you. There's no redeeming qualities about you. You suck dog water and you suck at video games. The end. And leaves them. And they're like, what the? I just said that your fly was undone. You're fine. And he's like, no, not on my watch. Boy. it's sorry, yes, it's at the gathering. Sorry, I gave zero context there. It's at the gathering. I think it's a RiverClan elder who Crowfur or ShadowClan. I can't tell. Let me see. Let me go backwards a little bit. Um okay, yeah. Pacing restlessly across a clearing, Fireheart found himself near a group of elders, Patchpelt from ThunderClan, and the others he did not know. I remember a leaf bear even worse than this. It was an old black Tom who spoke. His muzzle turned silver and his flanks scarred from many a fight. So I think it's, yeah, so it's Crowfur from, I don't know, they don't say. I would imagine, oh no, Wind Clan. He had the scent of Wind Clan on his short patchy fur. Okay, so that's a Wind Clan cat. Evie, welcome. They say, off-topic question, but remember when you made that song for a Clouded Moon? Would you be willing to do something like that again? Oh, hello, Evie, also. Thank you so much for the donation. I'm not sure. Whenever I make songs these days, I kind of just go with what my heart tells me to do, and I'm like, I'm at the whim of what happens. I was, buddies with the creators and really enjoy their work, so I kind of did it from that and was just wanting to be part of that and enjoying the process and feeling inspired. So that's kind of how that came to be. But so I'm not sure. As for right now, I'm just kind of doing whatever, wherever the wind blows, that's where I'm going. I don't know if, okay, sorry to come back onto TikTok here. I'm not entirely sure what is happening. It's saying something about lighting up a gallery. Don't know what that means. But here we are. Hello. Okay. Sorry, I love you, TikTok. Let's give a quick shout out. We got Beta Babes. I love that. The fish, I would imagine. It says, oh my lord, no way. I first saw you on YouTube like a year ago. I haven't seen you since. Surprise, here I am. Kisses. We got Ink Splash. We got Cat. We got Moth. We got Primus. Hello. Primus? Sorry about that. Okay. Oh, they say I can't stay. Who said that? Minty says I can't stay because I don't want spoilers. But I'm beyond happy you're making Worry Cats content. No, that is so fair. I've been kind of spoilery. I guess I maybe should just put like a default disclaimer that there will be spoilers for the book, the current book. And sometimes also farther books. So I guess I need to smarten up about that. The books, I think, especially once I get to the new books, I'll be more aware of that. But these books are also like 20 years old. No, are they 20 years old? What year did this come out? Let me tell you. I think it was like 2005, 6. Probably, not gonna lie, probably older than some people in the chat. And that is just, what a like a cool thing that is. Not to get all sentimental, but the fact that these books just, who knew? Where is the copyright? Came out in 2003. So yeah, it is over 20 years. Oh, okay. Sorry, focus. Focus, Jane, focus. Okay, so I have trivia. We're back to our trivia TikTok gang. I like to write little trivias throughout the streams when we discuss, just for fun, because I like doing mouse brain, and it's and I might have asked these questions before in mouse brain, but here we are. Okay, here's my trivia. So, what cat catches Fireheart and Greystripe just before they sneak away after the gathering? So they sneak. Why do they sneak away after the gathering at this point? I've read this book. I literally finished it this morning, so I can't remember what happened at the beginning. But I think they're sneaking over to... You know why? I think they're sneaking over there. What page is this? More than 18. Let me see. Why are we sneaking over there, actually? I need to know. Okay, you guys think on it. It was at the beginning of the book. Why are we sneaking? Oh, no. You know where they were sneaking? They were sneaking to go talk to Ravenpaw. That's where they were going. After, okay, sorry, I didn't write any context to this. So they were sneaking away from the gathering after to go to talk to Ravenpaw to get some more information on Redtail's death. So that's that. Everybody's saying Tigerclaw. It isn't Tigerclaw. Tigerclaw catches them like 7 times in this book, but it is not here. Violet Scar. Violet Scar is always on top of it. I think this is like the 3rd one stream in a row where you're like first to get it. Is Sandstorm. Sandstorm comes by and she's like, hey, what's up? What are you doing, you punk? And then they're like, oh, nothing. She's like, okay, I guess. It sounds good. Man, I love I do love Blue Star. Sandstorm, I love her so much, and they're so dismissive to her. Don't get me started on this yet. Jeepers, creepers, do I get frustrated with them. But yeah, so it's Sandstorm, and they're like, oh no, we're just like going out to pick up milk. She's like, sounds great. See you later. Hope you find your dad. And then they don't. So Sandstorm. Very good. Violet Scar, I believe that was. Yeah, Violet Scar. Oh yeah, and Sonnet says, oh, I think they were just commenting on that Sandstorm is the best, which I fully agree with. Oh, Peep Bop says Sandstorm. Correct. Okay, it is our sweet baby Sandstorm. I love Sandstorm. Okay, so page 27. Okay, Oakheart being cryptic. So Oakheart, I think it's whispering to I think it's Tigerclaw, but Ravenpaw over here. So let me get to that exact page so I'm quoting myself correctly here. It's 27. Oh my god, can you hear me flipping through my pages, my ASMR? Okay, so it was. So Ravenpaw is talking to Graystripe and Fireheart. Oh my god, again about the whole red tail dilemma. And he said that he overheard Oakheart whisper to, I think it was Tigerclaw. Here, let me just read it to you. Redtail, oh, he was, I guess, talking to Redtail, that makes sense. Redtail spat at Oakheart. He asked him if RiverClan warriors were unable to fight their own battles. Wait, why did we ask that? Maybe I should read further up. Okay, so Oakheart comes and saves Stonefur, and then Redtail says, what? Stonefur's not strong enough to fight me, you coward? And then this is what Oakheart says in reply. The RiverClan deputy was twice his size, and then Oakheart said a strange thing. He told Redtail, no ThunderClan will ever harm that warrior. What? Graystripe narrowed his eyes until they were yellow slits. That doesn't make sense. Are you sure you heard that right? Positive, insisted Ravenpaw. But the clans fight all the time, blah, 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 blah. What's so special about Stonefur? That was Fireheart. I don't know, Ravenpaw shrugged, shying away from their searching questions. So what did Redtail do after Oakheart said that? Asked Graystripe. And then they just talked that they kept fighting. And like, I'm like, why? Like, what did Oakheart get out of that? Like, maybe it was just like the thick of the battle, and he's like, oh, like, ThunderClan, you're so annoying, but also, haha, I know a secret that you don't. Like, I don't know what Oakheart got out of that. Beyond, maybe I guess also, sorry, I live on a busy street, so all the cars going by. But like, maybe he was just like fueled by emotion and is like, don't touch my boy. Kata Cat Gaming says, what was the ad setting you had it on last time? Let me see if I can change it in real time. Nope. Okay, not that. Can I change it? I think let me try and change it. Monetization. Okay. Which is so goofy. Okay, you know what? I'm going to do it to manual so that I put the ads in. If you still get ads, please tell me. Because I have set it that I can put an ad in. Okay, that is so dumb. I'll change it back to what I had before. I switched it, sorry to come back to this, but I switched it last time, or this time, because people are saying there's too many ads, and it's supposed to only go every 24, I thought it was 25, every 24 minutes. So the fact that it's going, we've barely been going for 24 minutes. Goodness gracious. On TikTok, Sonnet said, Oakheart maybe thought Blue Star had gotten injured and wanted to make sure her kin wasn't hurt. That is, like, he could be thinking that, because he's like only talking to Redtail in the thick of battle, like, but so like, yeah, Stonefur is like losing the battle, and then Oakheart comes and saves him and says, don't touch that child, who is a full adult right now, so I don't know why I said adult. So it might do ads right now just because I've switched it, so it might mess up, but like in the next like 10 minutes, if another one comes, let me know. Stupid YouTube. I promise I'm trying to make this as like easy as possible, and I clearly am gone backwards. Okay, so our next note is, okay, so page 28 is Wicked Witch Tail Sticking Out from Under the Rocks. I need some help figuring out, Rosa Chu, it says, Blix, can I get a happy birthday, Rosa Chu? Rosa Chu, you're such a real one. We love you. Happy birthday, buddy. Happy freaking birthday. Belated or early or today, happy birthday. Oh, what the heck? Oh yeah, so they're talking about, it's on page 28. Let me pull up page 28 for us. I like, because I don't understand. I really don't, and I need some help for many reasons, but this being my knowledge clarification help. Okay. Okay, so please go on, Fireheart mewed. He hated putting Ravenpaw through this, but he had to know the truth. I heard a screech from Oakheart, and I saw his tail sticking out from under the rocks. Ravenpaw closed his eyes, as if he wanted to shut out the sight, and then opened them again. Then I heard Tigerclaw behind me. He ordered me to go back to camp, but I'd only gone a little way before I realized I had no idea if Redtail was okay after the rockfall. So the reason I bring this up is I'm like, did Oakheart get fully smushed under these rocks like the Wicked Witch? And if that's the case, then how could, like, first of all, where were they? They were at Sunning Rocks, were they not? Because, like, I know we had this discovery during Into the Wild, but I thought stupidly that Raven or Redtail had died in the prologue, but that doesn't make sense. It was a whole different patrol entirely, but I thought it was still at Sunning Rocks. So if they had this fight, and maybe this is just me misremembering, I'm not sure, but I think it was at Sunning Rocks. So if that's the case, if he died at Sunning Rocks by getting squished by a rock, that's on ThunderClan territory, so somebody would have seen it, no? And if they didn't see it, they very quickly, or later on, they go to talk to RiverClan, and they're like, so what's the story about Oakheart? What happened? And they said, oh yes, our sweet Oakheart that got smushed to death under a boulder. Oh no. And they're like, our medicine cat found him. Or said something about the medicine cat being there. So I'm like, hey, is it on ThunderClan territory? Because if it is, why did RiverClan go over there unless to like find the body? And if they did, it wouldn't have been right away. So like, where Redtail and Oakheart both died at Sunning Rocks, right? Says Miss New Love. That's what I thought. Like, I thought that they were at Sunning Rocks, but does that make sense? I don't know, because wouldn't have ThunderClan found them, and wouldn't have, like, they had to do like a big like move of the rock, like a big like construction project to move them off? Because if he just got bonked on the head and like got like knocked out to death and then like died that way, okay, but like they fully say his tail was sticking out, which is a very gruesome scene when you think about it. That is very aggressively gross, but it just seems I don't know. Seems interesting though. P-Bop says, isn't the prologue battle a few days before the one when Rusty joins? It is. Absolutely it is, P-Bops. I, in my foolishness, don't know why, but I just kind of skimmed over that fact and it just clicked. I've read these books an insane amount of times, but it only clicked this read through that they were two different battles. And I don't know, this whole time I'm like, yeah, and I think the second I was like, oh yeah, that makes no sense. But I just, this whole time I thought. Kitty Tron says, it is Sunning Rocks and he was fully smushed, right? That's what I'm saying. So it's like, how did, because at that point, Sunning Rocks would have been ThunderClans because they won that fight because Oakheart died. And then I guess Redtail also died, but surely it was then, because then they don't have another battle and it's still, I don't know, it's very confusing. So Cassidy says, whoa, you're on TikTok? All right, followed. Welcome to the weekly cat yap. Here we are, baby. Okay, so let's see. Our next page of notes flipping on. Okay. Okay, and this is me again yapping about the logistics of how this shook out. I said, how did Oakheart die? Was he fully squished? How did they get his body then? My writing is atrocious. Yeah, Fireheart, you're in the chat. Who owns Sunning Rocks? We'll never know. Firestar said they saw his head, maybe he got amputated. Oh, geez, they probably saw his head or tail. But then wouldn't have ThunderClan seen it, right? Like, I just don't get it. And if they saw it, they would have been like, oh yeah, Tigerclaw didn't kill Oakheart, as he said. Like, hello. Cassidy sent a banana. Cassidy 16. I don't know why the banana does that. Oh my god, do we love potassium? Thank you. And the a badge. Oh my god. Mounted Zeke says, I watched you a lot when I was like 12. Well, welcome back, baby. Okay. Okay, on page 33, Fireheart just goes in. I think it's on Graystripe. Let me get to it. 33. He basically calls Graystripe a stupid idiot, and it kills me. Okay. I'm gonna read more. Okay, so Wind Clan. So ThunderClan, okay, Fireheart and Graystripe. Sorry, there's so many names. Fireheart and Graystripe are coming back from Ravenpaw's barn, Raven and Barley, after they talked more about Ravenpaw's sight on the death. I've made that so confusing. Nova Rose, I go live every Saturday morning for the most part. Sometimes I do more, very rarely, but the book yaps are every Saturday morning this time. I'm here every week. But so yeah, so Fireheart and Graystripe are caught by Wind Clan warriors on their way back to ThunderClan after talking to Ravenpaw. This is what happens. Don't mind me. I have to, how far back should I go? Okay. We'd best be getting back, said the WindClan warrior. Everything seems quiet enough here. May StarClan light your path, mewed Deadfoot gratefully. The other WindClan cats wished Fireheart and Greystripe good hunting and went toward their camp. So they're like, we've been caught, but WindClan and we're still buddies, so that's fine. That was bad luck, Fireheart growled as he and Greystripe padded down to Fortrees. Why? Asked Greystripe. The WindClan cats didn't mind us on their territory. We're all friends now. And then Fireheart, use your brains, Greystripe, Fireheart meowed. Only if Deadfoot mentions that he saw us to Bluestar at the next gathering, she's bound to wonder what we were doing out here. I guess it's not that funny rereading it, but just in the moment, I'm like, it was so, like, jarringly, like, you stupid, ugly, stinky, terrible, awful man. How could you even begin to have a thought like that? If you've ever had a thought in your life, you brain cell less little twerp. And then, like, I don't know, flips them off. I don't know, it just seems so ridiculous of, like, just how aggressive in comparison to what they were just talking about. It made me laugh, and it made me laugh enough to not comment on it. What is this live even about, says Beta Babes? We're talking about warrior cats. And that's just what my life just boils down to, I suppose. But we're talking about Forest of Secrets, the 3rd book of the 1st arc. Okay. Oh, and then they come back into camp after going to talk to Ravenpaw, and Tigerclaw is just sitting in the middle of camp, light turned on from just the lamp. It turns on as the kids sneak back in, and he's like, where have you been? And Daddy's upset. Daddy Tigerclaw. Didn't love that, but that's fine. I need the exact quote because I thought it was funny. 35. Okay. As he emerged into the camp, he skidded to a halt so abruptly that Greystripe cannoned into him from behind. Move, you big furball! Greystripe gave a muffled mew. Fireheart didn't reply. Sitting a few tail lengths away in the middle of the clearing was Tigerclaw. His head was sunk below his massive shoulders, and his yellow eyes were gleaming with triumph. Maybe you'd like to tell me where you've been? He growled. And why it took you so long to get back from the gathering. Ooh, they're in trouble. Daddy caught you, stinky. Daddy Tigerclaw, he's ready to lay down the law. He's like, you're grounded, no Xbox for a week. And they go, oh man, are you joking me? Tigerclaw, you're the worst. And he is. Tigerclaw actually makes me mad sometimes, says Addison. He's just, in realizing and rereading these, Tigerclaw's so dumb. He's dumb. He had more potential than I think they did with him. Which is unfortunate. I wish they would have done more, but I've yapped more and more about what I think that they should do, and I'm very clearly not an author. So what do I know beyond smiling? Nothing. Not a lot. Okay, page 39. Why did I write this? Fireheart says cool, didn't ask. Why? Dude, what is the context here? I shouldn't write these notes. I wrote them earlier today, or yesterday, the day before. Sometime this week. Oh. Okay, so Sandstorm. Sandstorm sat up as Fireheart approached. Tigerclaw's been watching for you ever since we got back from the gathering, she whispered. I gave him your message, but I don't think he believed me. What did you do to tweak his tail? Fireheart felt uncomfortable by the sympathetic look in her eyes, but he couldn't stop his jaws from gaping in a massive yawn. I'm sorry, Sandstorm, he mumbled. I've got to get some sleep. Talk to you later. He literally said, didn't ask. Good night. Stupid Sandstorm. Like, Sandstorm's just genuinely trying to be like, hey, like, Tigerclaw's been looking for you. I'm worried. Like, Tigerclaw clearly thinks something's up. Like, what is up? And he says, I'm going to bed. Leave me alone. Stinky. And then he went. And then he left. So, no Xbox to play Warrior card. No! I need to play my Warrior card. Oh, so Sandstorm, you deserve better. Okay. Oh my god. So he's like, literally, he looks at Sandstorm and he says, you mean nothing to me. I don't think about you when you're not in my line of sight. You are literally nothing to me and everything about you is mid. And then instantly has a dream and starts Google Gagaing over Spotted Leaf, someone who he's talked to twice. Like, no exaggeration. He has barely spoken to this girl and he's like, that is the love of my life. And I will marry her to death. Which is unfortunate because she's dead. But so listen to this. So remember, I just said Sandstorm was showing genuine care, and he was like, oh my gosh, or she was like, oh my gosh, are you okay? These are my concerns. Are you fine? You've been gone a long time. I am concerned, and right here in front of you. And he's like, I didn't ask. But then, listen to this. So he's dreaming, essentially. As the path began to lead upward, another cat stepped out in front of him. Fireheart halted, his heart thudding as he recognized Spotted Leaf. The tortoiseshell cat padded forward until she could touch her soft pink nose to him. Fireheart rubbed his face against hers, a purr rising from deep inside him. When Fireheart first came to the forest, Spotted Leaf had been the ThunderClan medicine cat. Blah, 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 blah. Anyways, just talking about that. But it's just like, Bread says they talk like 5 times. Like, I can think of the times that they spoke. One, when... I think he was just overhearing them. Like, I don't think he ever says, hi, I'm Firepaw. He listens to her talk about Ravenpaw to Tigerclaw, being like, you shouldn't push your apprentice. He is ill and not doing great. I don't know when else he talks to her. I know he has another conversation when she's like all concerned. She goes, oh, Firepaw, fire alone shall save our clan. And he's like, what? She's like, don't worry about it. And then she dies. Like, there's no actual moment when they have a connection. Never. And I don't think that's a fault of Spotted Leaf at all. Everybody always hates on Spotted Leaf, which is whatever, but I just don't think there's enough to her to hate. Like, she does nothing. And which is unfortunate, because I feel like that is just another, okay, now here can get me my soapbox, but it's just another female character in this book who is used to propel a plot forward, i.e. freaking Silverstream, i.e. Sandstorm, when she's only needed when he's thinking about her. He never, don't get me started on arc 1. And it's just something. And like, the female characters in this book are slotted ever so neatly into very specific categories. Mind you, so are the males, though. They're just not very deep. I shouldn't get into it. But it's just kind of goofy. I just don't fully understand it. Bro Crow AC says, is the series good? I've never read it. I would recommend, if you have an interest in it, definitely give it a whirl. I like the first arc the best, so I would start there. But if you have interest, the world is like very interesting and obviously very captivating, and it has inspired many people. So I say, as much as I'm complaining about it, I do think that I do enjoy it. Yes. Okay. What else do we have? Yeah. Okay, so on page 41. So essentially, Fireheart finds Spotted Leaf in a dream because Spotted Leaf has something important to tell him. What is this important thing, you might ask? Well, let me enlighten you as to what she said and remind you. She stopped her day. She stopped everything that she was doing to tell him this very important message that he couldn't have put together by himself. She said, this is my important message. Listen up. She said, remember, Fireheart, water can quench fire. Groundbreaking. Who are you? Spotted Leaf. Genuinely? Well, say genuinely one more time. Genuinely, Spotted Leaf? That is probably the most intelligent thing that I've ever heard anybody say. And you are right. It is so worth stopping everything that we're doing. In fact, I don't even know why we even stopped to breathe in the middle of it. I just don't understand. That was so important. And then Sandstorm back here is doing full calculus, being like, oh, Tigerclaw is putting this together and you should be concerned, and blah, blah, giving him this specific thing of like, you should be concerned, this is why, these are the reasons, you should have this on your mind. And he's like, shut up, didn't ask, don't care, that's stupid. And then Spotted Leaf's like, hey, water is wet. And he's like, oh my, kiss me. Make out with me right here, right now. But then they're cats, so that's weird. But he's like, oh my god, you're the love of my life, you're so smart. Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss, it just kind of slipped out. Sorry about that. But it's just like, it's just so dumb. It's so dumb. It is so dumb. Holy moly. Water can quench fire. Can you believe this? Somebody call the media. If somebody doesn't tweet about this right now, no one will ever believe us. No one. Okay. So that was my app. Okay. The other thing too is instantly after that. So he's having this internal debate of like, he went and talked to Ravenpaw. He's tried to talk to Blue Star about Tigerclaw's like shenanigans, and Blue Star's like, be quiet, you. And then like everybody's like, grr, and everybody's not. So he's like, he has all this like inner stuff. Gray Stripe knows, but only really Gray Stripe. But he's like got all this inner like worry and being like, oh my god, I know all this information, nothing, like I'm so overwhelmed, I don't know what to do. And then he goes and talks to Yellowfang. You know what he talks to her about? Or talks to, oh yeah, you know what he says to her? Nothing. literally nothing. He's like, oh yeah, you're a thing, I guess. You were in the last book, so you no longer are in my line of sight, so I can't remember you. What's your name again? What was it? Pale Mouth? I can't remember exactly. You'll have to remind me later. But again, cool, didn't ask, you're not spotted leaf. But like, he has this like wise like friend and somebody who is not like connected to Tigerclaw. Spotted Leaf. Yellowfang is brought in from ShadowClan. She has no connection to the clan, really. Like, yes, she does, but it's through Bluestar and Fireheart. She has no like loyalty to Tigerclaw. She sees how he is, and he can tell her these things and get some guidance. No, he just doesn't. He's like, nope, isn't worth talking to her about it. Like, to me, that's so dumb. Like, that, like, they're supposed to be this really close, and he gets all butthurt because he's like, oh, Cinderpaw is so much closer to Yellowfang now. They're spending so much time together. I remember when I was Yellowfang's favorite. It's like, yeah, bro, but like, you don't care. You don't care at all. Question mark. So, I just don't. No. So, okay. Let's see what else. So I was so mad that he just didn't tell her anything. It seems so goofy. Okay, this is me again complaining. Apparently I'm very stuck on the fact that where was Oakheart's body? Where? We'll never know. Oh my gosh, I've got a hair in my sticky note. Iggy hair. But man, black cat hair is just all over my entire house. And she's fine with that. Okay, so he's talking to Misty Foot about Oakheart's death. It won't take long, Fireheart promised. What can you tell me about the way Oakheart died? Oakheart, Mistyfoot looked down at her paws. After a deep breath, she lifted her eyes to Fireheart again. Oakheart was my father. Did you know that? No, I didn't, mewed Fireheart. I'm sorry, I never met him. They say he was a brave warrior. He was the best and the bravest, Mistyfoot agreed, and he should have never died. It was an accident. Fireheart felt his heart begin to race. This was exactly what he needed to know. Are you sure, he asked? No cat killed him? He was wounded in battle, but not enough to kill him, mewed Mistyfoot. Afterward, we found his body under some fallen rocks. Our medicine cat said that's what killed him. So he did. So maybe I guess the medicine cat wouldn't have necessarily had to have found him, I guess. Like, they could have, like, Fireheart, yeah. Honestly, at this point, he does feel like Fireheart in all the shenanigans. I'm gonna keep saying that. But, like, it just doesn't... So, did they... like put their little hard hats on and bury him from the rock slide to be like, okay, time to bring him home for our doctor to assess the damage? Or did the medicine cat, yo, my puppy Poochie Pants, hello you, did they bring the medicine cat out there? I just don't know. I just don't know. It just seems so goofy. It doesn't make sense. And I guess you don't really need to like think about it too hard, and if you think too hard about it, then you're just like, okay, this is just making it stupid for no reason. And by that I mean I'm like thinking too much into something that doesn't really matter. But I just don't fully get it. I just don't think I understand, and it's not for me to understand. Okay, here's my other question, and I really need some help with it, because you guys have all been, in the past streams, have been so helpful in helping me figure stuff out because I don't know anything. So my question is, are Cinderpaw and Brackenpaw Thornclaw and Brightpaw's siblings? Yes, they're their siblings. Are they litter mates? Surely, right? They're all born at the same time, are they not? Because how could they be that aged difference between the four of them? Because it isn't enough time for... Who's their mom? Who is their mother? Is it Brindle? No. Who is it? Frostfur? I think it's Frostfur? Question. I'm just gonna assume it's Frostfur. But like, there is not, the period of time doesn't make sense for Frostfur to have Cinderpaw and Brackenpaw, and then have a full pregnancy, give birth to these kittens, and then have them be cats at the same time. So they're... I gotta assume they're from the same litter, right? Because it doesn't make sense otherwise. Because when Brightpaw and Thornpaw are born, no, I think they're all born at the same time. I'm almost positive. But why? So Violet Scar says, she said that Cinder and Bracken were more mature and ready to be apprentices. Okay, but it's way, way longer than that. It is between, so Cinderpaw had enough time as an apprentice. First rule of Warriors, time isn't real. That's so real. Oh, and then Devil says it's mentioned that Cinder and Bracken were apprenticed early. And you know what? I do remember that, Devil, but it just seems so insanely like long because Cinderpaw has the ability to fully start her warrior training. She trains with Fireheart for a few moons because they do mention that. Like, it's not like just a brand new warrior or apprentice. Trains with him for a few moons, gets injured, fully recovers from her injury, begins to learn from Yellowfang, and is becoming. She's not a medicine cat at this point, but she's had time to fully recover. Well, as recoverable as she's able to, but recover and become like on her feet and all of this stuff and heal before they even become apprentices. How much time passed? Because surely it's more than so say they were apprenticed at 4 moons. We'll just say for easy figuring, because surely it wouldn't be 3 moons, because if it's 3 moons, then they're doing a broken tail of like they're way too young, right? So I just don't. It's way more than 3 moons. So did they just wait too long to make Thornpaw and Brightpaw apprentices? I just don't really fully understand. And again, I think it's one of those things with the whole rock slide thing of it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. But it's just like, it's so, I just don't, like, they have all these like contrivances of like, oh, like this happened and we're finding all these things, blah, blah, blah. And then they have stuff like that where it's like, okay, well, if we're nitpicking this stuff, we don't care about this stuff. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. And I just don't understand. And that's just fine. That is just fine. Gingerfur says, Cinder, Bracken, Bright, and Thorn are from the same litter. Cinder and Bracken are under 6 moons when they become apprentices. So I guess the only thing, they cannot be, I've lost my train of thought as I had it. They cannot be 3 moons. They can't, because everybody took issue when Broken Star apprentice 3-moon-old kids. So we'll just say there were 4 moons, because at least that's a little bit more. There is no way that it was 2 moons for all of that to happen, because like so much happens in between there. And I just like, so I guess the only thing that makes sense is Cinder and Bracken were made apprentices early, and then Bright and Thorn were made late. Because maybe, I don't know, I think as generous as I can be is like 6 moons between them. I just don't know. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. And again, it's not supposed to. So I'm just going to imagine that maybe, I'm not sure, but okay, now we know. That was important for me, apparently. Okay, are you ready for some more trivia? I have some trivia for you. My trivia is, who is Thornpaw's mentor and who is Brightpaw's mentor? I don't want to say mentor like that. Mentor. Who is Thornpaw's mentor and who is Brightpaw's mentor? And when we do that, I'm going to have a little drink of my drink. A friend of mine would really appreciate if you said, hi, Ishida? I like that, Ishida. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. She's a huge fan of your channel. Oh, well, thank you. Hello. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. I'm not very good at reading at the best of time. You're breaking the code with 2 young apprentices, says Violet Scar. I'm gonna make the apprentices young too, but it's okay because we're the good guys. That's what it feels like. Mousefur mentored Thornclaw, Whitestorm mentored Brightheart. That was from Firestar. There we go, from the source himself. Kate the Kitty says Whitestorm is 1. Elizabeth Aaron says Whitestorm is 1. Yes, you guys, you bang on. Pink Leafeon says Mousefur and Whitestorm. TikTok says Brightheart's with Longtail. Longtail does get an apprentice, but it isn't Brightheart, but he does, like, very soon in this book. So yes. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, goodness. Okay. I'm messing myself up here. S Fox says, oh, thank you, S Fox. S Fox says, every time I see a car, I think about Cinderpelt. Oh, no. Oh, what the heck? Apparently, okay, sorry, TikTok, it has gone somehow behind the thing. In any case, yeah. Poor Cinderpaw. I have something stuck in my craw about that whole situation, but man, you know, and she doesn't deserve it. I love White Pelt. What, Cinderpelt? Oh my god. There are too many cats. There are too many freaking cats, but that's fine. Okay. But yes. S Fox, thank you. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Okay, so page 68, Fireheart again with his roasting. Why is he so mean all the time? Page 68, who is he talking to even? 68. Oh, he's talking about Greypool, and he calls her this ancient enemy queen. Bro, you could have just said this person, this lovely lady who has taken time out of her day to talk to me about questions that don't concern her at all, but is still taking the time to answer me and have some time with me. And yet I'm going to call her an ancient, stinky fart bag. Disrespectful. Let me read the quote for you, if I know where it is. Man, I sticky noted everything except for this, I guess. Am I on the right page even? Yeah. The heck? Maybe it's a page before? No. Yeah, I don't know any. I promise you that's what he said. Oh yeah, here it is. Yes, Fireheart's initial nervousness was ebbing away to be replaced with respect. So I guess he does have respect, but respect for this ancient enemy queen. It's not that bad, but I'm just like, bro, you could have just said this cat, this well-respected and weathered but still strong, beautiful she-cat who is older but still good, still perfect. There is no good or bad. She just is. Okay. Okay, so page 70. So I know I've said this so much. But I am not a fan of multiple POVs, and this is a great example of it. Anna Holmes says, hello, I'm a super big fan. I hope you noticed. Anna, welcome to the cat yap. There are yap sesh. Welcome, my friend. Okay, so this is why I don't like multiple POVs, because listen to this. How far back should I read to make this make sense of context? Okay, now she began. Mistyfoot has told you that I'm her mother in Stonefurs. Yes, Fireheart said. Well, growled the old cat, I'm not. As Fireheart opened his mouth to speak, she went on. I brought the pair of them up as kits, but I didn't give birth to them. Oakheart brought them to me in the middle of Leafbear, when they were just a few days old. But where did Oakheart get the kits? Fireheart blurted out. Greypool's eyes narrowed. He had told me he found them in the forest, as if they'd been abandoned by rogue cats or two-legs, she meowed. But I'm not stupid. And my nose has always worked just fine. The kit smelled of forest all right, but there was another scent underneath. The scent of ThunderClan. Blah, blah, blah. And then it goes to the next chapter. Now, if we were in a multi-POV book, you know how long that would have taken us to get back to there? 7. I don't know why my favorite number is 7, but it would have taken us business years to get back. And we would have gone over with Lion Fart and gone hunting 7 times again with the 7. We would have gone hunting a million times, and we would have gone and talked to somebody about nothing, and we would have gone and seen a mouse and eaten a mouse and all this stuff. Totally lost any gas that we've put into our vehicle to get to this point. In a couple chapters we come back and it would go into, what? Fireheart was so astounded he could hardly speak. It's like, why? I can't remember. But instead we get it right into this next one, and I just much prefer that. Rabid Bite says 7. I don't know why 7 keeps coming out. It's just here. Okay. Keeping on. Page 76. Blue Star is sweating. Okay, so Fireheart comes to Blue Star to be like, I have new information. You'll find this interesting. And the whole time Blue Star just cuts her, just sweat pouring down her face. Let's see. How far back do I go? Whoa. Okay, so basically, context, Fireheart has come back and said, I know you said to not poke and prod about Tigerclaw, but I have once again poked and prodded. So let me tell you more. And she's like, oh my god. Let's see. So he's basically said, okay, no. Tigerclaw is actually a turd. And she goes, Tigerclaw is a fine deputy, and these are serious charges. I know, Fireheart agreed quietly, but can't you see, Blue Star, how dangerous he is? Blue Star sunk her head into her chest. She was silent for so long that Fireheart wondered if he should leave, but she had not dismissed him. There's something else, he ventured, something strange about two of the RiverClan warriors. Blue Star looked up, her ears flicked forward. For a heartbeat, Fireheart hesitated to spread the rumors of a temperamental RiverClan elder, but his need to know the truth gave him courage to go on. Is this like, sorry, Erin Hunter, that I'm reading your books to people. I think it's fun. You know, I'm not like sitting here just like reading the whole thing. Basically, so he starts talking about, like, he like explains everything. He's like, yeah, Oakheart brought these two kits and he gave them to Greypool and said that she was going to be their mother, but she actually said that she's not their mother and it just doesn't make sense and blah, blah, blah. And like, I just picture like Blue Star, like, just like sitting there, just like drenched, like liquid pouring down her like a river, like, so I just thought that was funny. Glory Day says, finally I'm on Warriors TikTok. Blixemi, welcome to Warriors TikTok. Welcome. We're here to yap cats, baby. Welcome, buddy. Okay, let's see what else we got. Oh my god, we've been going an hour already. Okay, Fireheart again, zero tact. Fireheart, he has no tact and he has no bedside manner ever. He's such a little twerp. Let me get the page. Where are we? Page 80. Oh my goodness. What are we doing here? Okay, so basically, Cloud Kit is like messing around with Broken Tail, and he's essentially like pestering him, and he's like, you're blind and I'm gonna like bother you, and Fireheart's like, that's not okay, like he's a bad guy, but also we shouldn't be like messing with him, kind of thing. And so he's like, hey, stop that. Leave the kid alone, Darkstripe interrupted, patting. Oh, hey, actually, before I get into that, I thought it was kind of sweet. Like, I don't like Darkstripe, but I think it was just so, it was sweet because the second that like Broken Tail got up to start like fighting back at Cloud Kid, he like jumps up and he's like, don't you dare touch that kid. And I get that it's just because it's Broken Tail, but I just thought it was sweet. I'm like, even though he hates Cloud Kid, he's still like, hey, don't do that. But so he like stands up, he defends Cloud Kit, doesn't really say anything negative about Cloud Kit. He's just like, don't touch him. He's just a little guy. Stop that. I'm Darktail, but also he's a child, so don't. But also I'm evil later. But essentially, so he's just like, hey, so go home, Fireheart ordered the other kids. Go home to your mothers now. The kids stared at him, wide-eyed with fear, and then scuttled off to disappear into the nursery. As for you, Fireheart hissed to Cloudtail. Leave the kid alone, Darkstripe interrupted, patting to stand beside Cloud Kit. He's not doing any harm. Keep out of this, Darkstripe, growled Fireheart. Darkstripe shouldered past him, almost knocking him over, before stalking back to his prisoner. Kitty pet, he sneered over his shoulder. Fireheart muscles tensed. He wanted to leap at Darkstripe and force the insult back down his throat. Chill, Fireheart. But he stopped himself. There was no time for clan warriors to start fighting each other. Besides, he had to deal with Cloud Kit. And then, okay, so all that in mind, and then he looks over at Cloud Kit and he's like, did you hear what he called both of us? But you and me? Not just me. He was insulting actually both of us. I know he only directed at me and he was like, fine with you. But can you believe that he's actually insulting the pair of us? You too, because you also suck. You and me. He said something mean about the pair too? Both of us? Cloud Kit's like, what? I have nothing to do with this. What are you talking about? But, So besides, he had to deal with Cloud Kit. Did you hear that? He demanded, glaring down at the white kit. Kitty pet? So, Cloudtail muttered mutinously. I don't know if I said that right. What's a kitty pet? Fireheart gulped as he realized that Cloud Kit had not yet learned his origins to the clan. Well, a kitty pet is a cat who lives with two legs, he began carefully. Some clan cats don't believe that a cat who is born a kitty pet will ever make a good warrior, and that includes me. Because like you, I was born in a two-leg blaze. So man, it's just like, I just thought that was so funny of like him just being chill. with Cloud Kit and then Fireheart being like, nah, I'm taking you down with me, actually. I hope you feel bad because I feel bad. So we're gonna feel bad together because kinship and I love you. And also, I've noticed that, like, after Cloud Kit comes into the clan, last book, Fireheart was obnoxious and just non-stop going over to Princess. Just, like, being like, I need family, which is valid, I guess. He's, like, lonely. But he's like, oh, I'm like, I need to be with Princess, blah, 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 blah. The second he has Cloud Kit in the clan with him, he never goes back to Princess, ever, even once. So again, it's just serving. He doesn't care that she's worried. He doesn't care that, like, you know, he has this bond with her. So yes, he wants family, but this she-cat, once again, simply serves as an ends to a means for his wants. He wants this connection. He wants kinship, but he doesn't care that also Princess has feelings in this whole situation of care for her brother. I was going to say nephew, care for her brother, of concern for her family, and now concern for her son. So now that Fireheart no longer has this outside reason to go visit her, he doesn't. He doesn't care. He doesn't care if she's worried. She makes a comment of like, I haven't seen you in moons. You're so thin. How are you? How's my son? He's like, oh yeah, what's your name again? I don't care. He's just like, it's just a lot. And I'm just like, Fireheart is just like, he is just so selfish. And I just don't know why. I just don't know why. He's just like, especially to female characters. And maybe I'm just trying to be like, I don't know, but it really bothers me. Like, he just doesn't care about anybody except for Spotted Leaf. Okay, sorry, back at it. No need to get all cranky. Okay, also, in the book, it says, I know this, again, I think this might be a British term, but I'm not entirely sure, question mark, what it means. Shotun Cockatoo says you have a very clear anti-Fireheart bias. He does continue to visit Princess. You know what, Shotun Cockatoo? That is so real. I do have an anti-Fireheart bias. You're so right. And yes, you are right. He doesn't like instantly just say, okay, screw you, I'm never. But it does, they make a note that he stops a huge amount of his visits, because when Graystripe and Silverstream were together, like, it was saying that he was going to visit Princess every single day, like he made a note, or like almost every day, they say. But then after you know what, to see your side of it, Shotun, I will give you this. I guess if he does have Cloud Kit in the clan and so much is going on, he might be far more busy, so he doesn't see her as much. So it's probably, you're right, it's probably not a case of him just being like, oh, I don't care, but it just does stick out to me of like, that's kind of crappy. Like, because obviously Princess is concerned about both of them, and she's like, okay, like, where have you been? And he just doesn't stop. I don't know, it to me, I'm like, it just felt disrespectful to do that when she's like so obviously concerned, and it just is a markedly different amount of time. But you have swayed me. You are correct. I need to lighten up on the guy because he has a lot going on. Okay. Where am I next? Okay, oh yeah, my British slang. So they say that Cloud Kit has worried Broken Tail's tail. Where did that go? I can't find it. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, he saw Cloud Kit pounce on the blind Tom's tail, worrying it with needle-sharp teeth. And then it says later, I think it's the next page. Where did it? I know they say it again. I don't know where it says, but, and again, so is worrying just mean like annoying it, like biting it? I'm not sure what that exactly means. So does anybody know? That's beyond me. Blixemi, can you say hi to my doggo Gnarly? That's a cute name, Gnarly. Oh, I like that. Hello, Gnarly. What a guy. So, he'd watched a murder. He probably got a little bit of trauma. What, Fireheart? Did he watch a murder? Ooh. I'm like drawing a, I can't, or Ravenpaw? I think I missed the context. Similar to teasing or fussing up. So, oh, okay, so just kind of like being like annoying, just being like flicking him, being like ha 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 ha. Okay. Oh yeah, worrying has multiple meanings. Ah, ooh. Rose says, I remember reading a warrior fic where Princess joined the clans. It was cool. Oh man, I like that. I think she was so happy as a kitty pet though, but I do like Princess. Anna Banana. Oh, I like that on TikTok. Whoa, what is happening? Ah. Oh no. Holy cow. Okay, there we go. Says, oh shoot, I've lost it. Anna, where did you go? Anna Banana. Says, oh my god, your avatar is so cool. How did you make it? I just used the app Honk. It's super easy to use. It's sorry, 1 second. I'm just messaging Austin. I got something delivered to my house and I wanted to see if he can go yoink it quick so it doesn't get yoinked off my porch. But what was I saying? I can't remember. But in any case, Elizabeth, Honk. So I use this program called Honk. It's like $12. I drew all the pieces and then you just like slot it in where it goes. I should add that to my little like screen for next time. I gotta put a mental note on that. The way you said, Harvey said the way you said super easy to use sounded like an ad. Super easy to use and so user-friendly. You too can get it for the low price of whatever the heck it is. I promise it's not an ad. Man, that would be cool if they did, but no, I just really like it. And I have no monetary involvement with them other than it has let me stream in this way, so I guess. Because I'm a little shy, I don't want to show my face. So the only reason I say it's easy to use is because I'm a ding-dong and I don't know much about technology. And I have found it simple to use. So not at all into this. I just want to share the knowledge and tell you what's going on. But you too can own this for yourself at www.blixemi.com. Okay, what am I saying? Can Austin come next time? I think he's upstairs. He's being his little sweetie pie. He went to go get the thingy. Honk, it's called. It is, yeah, Honk. I think. Honk PNG. Okay, what am I next here? Ooh, Mother Moth says, hi, I'm such a big fan. You're one of the creators that got me into Warriors. Mother Moth, welcome, dude. Oh my god, welcome to Warrior Cats. Well, you maybe have been here a while, but hello. Blixemi, you should see if you can get Moon Kitty on. Me and Moon Kitty yapping about the cat book. She knows so much. It is intimidating and awe-inspiring. Oh my god, she's brilliant. Sorry, 1 second. What's up?
Yep.
Okay. Also, Austin's here. Say hi,
hello.
Austin. There he is.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Do you want to talk to them briefly? Just for like 5 seconds?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Austin's going to talk about the Warrior Cats. Here's TikTok on the side.
Cool.
There you go. Good. Have a good time. Talk to them about the books.
Alrighty. Which one are we on here? Force of Secrets. That's my favorite one. It's a cool cover. It's a #1 New York Times bestseller. Best-selling author. Oh, this book wasn't a bestseller, but the author is a bestseller.
You don't think the book was bestseller?
I mean, they would have said it on the front.
It would have said Oprah Winfrey's book club choice of the year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Happy B. Oh, it's Rosa Chu's B-Day?
Yeah, happy birthday, Rose.
Happy birthday.
We love Rose.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Seeing the cat move and then your deep voice say something again.
Hello.
It fits a lot. It fits very well.
A wild Austin has appeared.
There you are.
There I am.
Hello.
All right, I'll just be hanging out in the back.
Thank you, honey.
No problem.
Okay. There he is. Oh my gosh, gotta get comfy again. Cuddling. Whoop. The headphones back on. Okay. It's funny when Austin talks and Deerheart gets animated. That's what I'm saying. It fits so well. Okay, what do we have now? Oh man, so many times in this book, Fireheart looks at Cinderpaw and goes, "Oh my god, her pain and misery is all Tigerclaw's fault," which it is. But it's also a little bit gray stripe. I do believe that it's also a little gray stripe. I gotta say, we went through the whole thing last week. Should we go again? No, we don't. But like, it's all of it like goes back to freaking gray stripe being a little turkey. Okay, here I am yapping about Spotted Leaf once again. On page 89, Spotted Leaf is sitting with some kids in the snow. I was gonna say upstairs. What the heck? In a dream. I guess that's the cat version of upstairs. In a dream, sitting with some cats in the snow. And Fireheart quote says, "She has a look of infinite kindness." What is that? What is that? Like, what an interesting way Like, I just don't know how to even begin to think about that. What does infinite kindness mean? Just like unending kindness, I guess. I guess just he just has a really, really kind face. And the other thing that they said, which I thought was so funny, it's later in my notes, but I'm like, what an odd way of saying that, but it's funny. And it's like, it makes you think. So, I mean, it is good writing because I'm like, oh, I guess that does make sense. But I just thought it was interesting, but also made me laugh. Where is it? Where are we? Oh my god, my notes are just a mess. Okay, I'll just do it off memory. But he's looking, so I don't even know why they're together, but both Blue Star and Mistyfoot are running together. He doesn't know that they're related, but they're running together, and Fireheart says something like the ripple of their economical muscles or something like that. I gotta find it. I gotta find the exact quote because I'm not saying it right. Where could this be? Where the heck? I know I commented on it. I'm positive I did. But where? The heck? Hold on. I gotta find it for you guys because it's very important. Hold on. My notes. I think it's close here, I think. Yeah. I swear. Okay, I guess it doesn't really matter. It's somewhere around in the 200s. Let's see if I can find it. There's no way I'm gonna find it. Okay. Seeing two. Maybe it's on this page. I have a little note here. This might be it. Nope. Okay, it doesn't matter. But essentially he just says something about her that their muscles rippled economically. I'm like, okay, I guess, yeah, like that's neat, I guess, because I guess they're just saying like without excess like need for like they're working aerodynamically. But I'm just like, what? Okay, sure, sounds great to me. All right. So what else do I have in my notes here? Okay, pass that. Oh yeah, here I'm starting with my whole whole mother and children thing of Yellowfang, Broken Tail, Blue Star, and the kits, Brindle, Face, and Cloud kit. They do make a note of that. Later on, they do, well, I mean, Gray and Silver, obviously. We have Golden and Tawny and Bramble. Like, there's just so much. Okay, so on page 111, so, what? Gosh, okay, hold on, let me go forward. Page 111. Where are we? Okay. Okay, so Fireheart passes Golden Flower, and he's just like, hey, how's it going? Hello, Fireheart, she mewed. Isn't it great to see the sun again? Fireheart gave the queen's shoulder a friendly lick. Soon it'll be New Leaf, he mewed. Just in time for your kits. He broke off and spun around as he heard Tigerclaw's voice behind him, speaking his name. Fireheart, if you have nothing better to do than gossiping with the queens, I have a job for you. Fireheart bit back in angry response. He had been hunting all morning and paused for only a few minutes to talk to Golden Flower. I feel like he could have been like, hey, don't talk to my wife, my beautiful wife. Stop that. Get out of here. But they just make no mention of it. Maybe they just didn't really. But I was just like, oh, what a good opportunity for something, and nothing. Just evil again. No sign of softness. No sign that Tigerclaw isn't this big, evil, cranky guy. But no. He has to be evil again. No sensitivity at all. Oh, Truffle Muffin says, can I get a hi? Hello, Truffle Muffin. Welcome. Star, Volp. What else we got? Emily, Robs, Ray, Deck. Oh my god, gang. Ari. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. This is a TikTok gang. My TikTok peeps. Moonwolf. Hello, welcome. Let's see. Oh, I've missed some comments here. Fireheart or Firestar says, happy early birthday, Blixemi. I don't care that it's in February. Just really early or really late. But thank you. Oh my god, thank you. It's very far away, but I appreciate it. Okay, what else in our notes? Oh, we have Fireheart once again being so sassy. Okay, let's see. Okay, so Mistyfoot's kits went missing when their camp flooded in spring. Also, I love the way they explained spring when it first started, but that's so far back and I don't want to go back. But Mistyfoot's kits went missing and Fireheart and Graystripe saved them and they brought them back to camp. And they're like, oh, we saved the kits. And somebody says, how did you get them here or something like that? Let's see. Okay. Mistyfoot's kits went missing when the camp flooded, Crooked Star remarked, turning his cold green gaze on Fireheart and Graystripe. How did you come to have them? Fireheart exchanged an exasperated glance with Graystripe, exhaustion making him short-tempered. We flew across the river, he mused sarcastically. Fireheart, chill. That's a leader. He's just so ready to, like, just be sassy. At any given moment, he's locked and loaded. Ready to just be sassy boys. Also, oh my god, YouTube's talking to TikTok. They say, hi, TikTokers. TikTokers, say hi to YouTubers. Oh my god, the crossing of family. Beautiful. I'll be the in-betweener saying hello. Okay, what am I saying here? What do we have next? Cloud? No. Okay, when Fireheart offers to feed RiverClan, when he's like, oh my god, you guys are starving, let me feed you guys. First of all, I get that he's got this like moral thing of like, oh, but he's just so, I don't know, it's a nice thing to do. It is such a nice thing to do, but he gets in so much trouble, and I'm like, bro. But I guess that's a good thing. It shows that he's a good guy, and that is really good. Oh, TikTokers say hello. Hello, everybody. Hello. What page are you on? I'm kind of flipping. Currently I'm talking about page 142. So I'm kind of flipping all over the place here. Let's see. Okay, so on page 142, speaking of, Graystripe tells Fireheart, like, guess what? And then he's like, I'm gonna be dad. But I'll read it to you. Graystripe's yellow eyes blaze with a mixture of excitement and fear. Fireheart, he blurted out. You won't believe what Silverstream's just told me. Fireheart glanced behind him, but Stonefur was already disappearing off into the bushes. The elders, having just eaten, looked sleepy, and none of them were paying any attention to Graystripe. Okay, what? Fireheart mewed, his fur starting to prickle with unease. But keep your voice down. Graystripe looked ready to burst out of his skin. Fireheart, he whispered. Silverstream's going to have my kit. And I like the idea of a hard cut to Fireheart just screaming like a blood-curdling scream. And Graystripe is just so happy, and he's like, what? I just thought it was funny. I just thought it was so funny. Hee hee ha ha. Okay. Oh, the elders? Oh, no. Okay, before we get into that. Blue Star. Yeah, Blue Star's all but, like, telling Fireheart. He's like, keeps having interest in River clan, and she's just constantly like, oh, what's going on? What about the River clan? What about Mistyfoot and Stonefur? No reason in particular. I just think that they're my children. I mean, they're my children. I mean, shoot, I really meant they're my children. Damn it, I meant they're just neat. What's going on? Fireheart? ? And then he's like, oh, I wonder if she like just thinks that they're cool, River clan. I'm like, why does she care? And it's just so dumb. And it's like, Fireheart, dude. And then he realizes that Blue Star is their parents from something so minuscule. What I think happens is Yellow Fang, what? I have it written down. I could just look at it. But Yellow Fang is like talking to Broken Star with like a motherly tone, or like Yellow Fang. No. Blue Star is comforting Yellow Fang in a motherly way. And Fireheart's like, oh my god, she's like a mother to Yellow Fang. She must be Mistyfoot and Stonefur's mother. That makes so much sense. It's like, how did you? She was like giving you so many. She was all but writing it out for you. And you're like, I'm not really putting it together. It's so fun. Okay. Our next one, Cloud Kid. So obnoxious. Love the guy, but he's the worst. He's so annoying, and he's just but you know what? He's interesting, and I do love that. Like, he's like constantly getting into trouble, and he's being a little. I don't know. I like him, but he's just oi. Oh, Mira says, I feel like we're on a call, and I like it. Oh my god, we're just besties talking about Battle Cats. I'm a big fan. My buddies, my friends yapping about warrior cats. God, could you imagine a better day? I truly could not. I love the cats. Okay. Um, where are we now? The elders love Cloud Kit. They love him. They go to bat for him constantly, and they're like, Fireheart, chill, leave the boy alone. He's our little guy. We love him. We will die for him. Get away. And then later, when he has his apprentice ceremony, the elders are like taking a special fuss over him, and I just love the idea that he's just besties with like the elders, and that is so cute. And I wish that would have stuck around like for the rest of the story, and just him having this connection with like the elders of the clan, and like the older style of the clan, and this connection to its history. I just love it. I'm like, oh, that was cute. I really like them all being buddies. But so basically, Yellowfang's like, oh, I think it's Small Ear. Small Ear's complaining that they're super stiff. I think they're stiff because Cloud Kit is supposed to be giving them their moss, but he's not shaking out the moisture, so it's like really wet, and they're getting all hurt. And this is like Cloud Kit is not being responsible. So Fireheart goes over and he's like, hey, Cloud Kit, pay attention. Don't be giving soggy moss. And then all the other elders like back him up, and they're like, leave him alone. Small Ear is an idiot. He sucks. We don't love him. He's gross. Get him away from us. We love our boy Cloud Kit. So she's been listening to Small Ear mewed Patchpelt. He'd complain if StarClan descended from Silverpelt themselves to bring him his bedding. Fireheart's fur prickled with embarrassment. He hadn't expected to find the elders making such excuses for Cloud Kit. Well, have you or haven't you? He demanded, which he's talking about shaking out the moisture out of the moss. Cloud Kit blinked up at him. I tried to get it right, Fireheart. He's only a kit, Dappletail pointed out fondly. Yes, well, Fireheart scraped his paws on the floor of the den. Small Ear's got aching joints. Small Ear has had aching joints for seasons, meowed Halftail. Since well before, blah, blah, blah. But they're just like going to bat. It's just so cute. I'm like, that's his boy. That's his boys. I love them. Cloud Kit at this, is he Cloudpaw? Oh, no, he's still Cloud Kit at this point. Cloud Kit. He is very, very, very soon made Cloudpaw, though. Like, I think within, like, chapters from this. Violet Scar says, hey, Blix, did you enjoy Into the Wild, Fire and Ice, or Forest of Secrets better? I did. I have a soft spot for Into the Wild. Not Fire and Ice. I have beef with Fire and Ice. Yes, okay. Next up. Oh my god. After it's discovered that Fireheart and Greystripe are feeding RiverClan, I forgot that their punishment was the punishment was that they were turned back into apprentices in all but name. So like they have to sleep in the apprentices den. They can't go out without a warrior. They have to do the tasks, and they're just like apprentices but still keep their name. But like that is such a like dastardly punishment. Like so good, but also like, ooh, that is stinging. Can I do a British accent? No. I don't want to be offensive. I do not think I can do an accent other than the one that I own myself, the Canadian accent. But I was just like, damn, that's such an intense punishment, but so good. But it doesn't really make sense to me though. I guess because they're not behaving like warriors, they don't get to be treated like warriors. Maybe. Okay. Let's see what we got. Okay, so on page 170. Tigerclaw, it has to go out into the territory. Oh my god, I'm speaking too much. Tigerclaw has to go out into the territory because it's all flooded, and he takes Fireheart with him to like survey the territory. And so he goes and he's like, oh, okay, well I have to take somebody else. So he goes and he finds Longtail. So the three of them go out to the territory, and they find this one spot where it's kind of crossable for them to get to the gathering. So Tigerclaw says, hey, you, Fireheart, get up on that branch to get across and like see if you can do it. And he's like, and he's like, do it or else I'll bite you. So okay. So he jumps up on the stick. Long story short, he ends up like falling into the river, and he's like drowning, or river, stream, whatever, this flood water. He's like, help me, I'm drowning and I can't get up. And so he's like, nobody's helping him. But then Longtail goes out of his way to reach down and save him, like pulls him up. He's like cranky about it. He still calls him a kitty cat, but he like shows that he has loyalty. He's a good guy. Like just goes above and beyond to like show like, okay, I might not like you too much, but you're still my clanmate. I still have respect for you. I'm gonna save your life because I'm a good guy. And like, okay, so put a little pin in that, okay? Remember that for in a moment when I bring this back up. So Longtail's a good guy. Obviously, he doesn't just follow what Tigerclaw says. And had they taken Darkstripe, I feel like he would have been in a different position. Just saying. But no, Longtail's like, no, I'm gonna be a good guy. Remember that, because Fireheart is a little turd later. Let's see. Oh, on when Yellowfang asks Cinderpaw to be her apprentice, Cinderpaw to be her apprentice, I love how just nonchalant it is. Like, it's not a big deal. She doesn't say anything. Oh, looks it down. I know I'm not gonna sing. We're just reading here. There's it's reading. I reading eyeballs. That's it. I got my voice stolen by Ursula, the sea lady, the octopus lady. But oh shoot, what was I saying? When Yellowfang's like, yeah, like, you are capable, you are competent, not a lot of people are, you're smart, I would like you to be my apprentice. She says nothing about, oh, because you can't be a warrior, you should be a medicine cat with me. Nothing. She doesn't bring it up at all, and I love that. Like, I hate in the later books when they're like, oh, you have to be a medicine cat because, like, it's just, they're showing this whole thing of like, no, like, it doesn't matter like anything else beyond you are an asset to the clan and how insightful, smart, wise, beautiful, charming, amazing. I love you. Come live with me. I will hold you and feed you steak for the rest of your life. I lost the plot. What's happening? Cinderpaw, I love her. Blixemi, animate clips from these streams that I think are funny. Heck yeah, Rosa. You go right ahead, dude. Any of this? Dude, I would love to see it. If you do, let me know, because I would love to see it. Blix, the description of the stream says fire and ice and not forest of secrets. Violet, I appreciate that. Okay, I'll change that at the end. Oops. Oopsies. I only changed the title. Whoopsies. Okay, where am I now? But yeah, I love just how chill Yellowfang is about Cinderpaw being her apprentice. She's like, yeah, like, you are amazing and I love you. She's like, oh my god, thank you. And she's just so surprised to be asked. Like, she doesn't expect it. She's like, oh, like, you, like, I think that's good. You okay back there? What's going on? Awesome. Sorry about that. Hello, I'm back. Sorry. I was chatting Austin there for a brief moment. Yeah, she was so surprised. She was just like, oh my god, I wasn't expecting this. And I just love it. I love that. I found you. You raised me. It's a Soupy Pup. What a cute name, by the way. Soupy Pup. Oh, come on. Well, welcome. Oh my gosh. We got Allie Star. We got Olivia, Spider, Rex. Oh my god, guys, welcome. Welcome to the Cat Yap. We're just yapping about the cats. We're going through nostalgia one book at a time. Dude, I should have like a little like thing. But what can I say? We just yap. That's just what I'm here for, the cats. Let's be so real. Oh, what? No. What? Okay, there we go. Sorry. Got my phone on myself. Okay. Oh, and then Fireheart, like, right after, again, I just think it's so funny how often he goes over all of Tigerstar's sins, Tigerclaw, sorry, all of Tigerclaw's sins so much. It just, every time, just lists it all. I just think it's like, no, bro, we don't forget. You said that 5 minutes ago, don't worry. Okay, and then, so Cinderpaw is made an apprentice. Maybe, you know, who said that? It was Cockatoo said that I have anti-Fireheart bias, and you know what? I think they're right. I think I do have anti-Fireheart bias, because I noticed how much of my notes are me just hating on the guy. I'm so sorry, Cockatoo, you're so right. But on page 77, Blue Star says, hey, Cinderpaw is going to be our medicine cat. This is fantastic. She's the best. And you know what Firepaw Heart, who are you? You know what Fireheart says in response to her having this big, beautiful moment of being able to be this medicine cat? He says, as he waited to give Cinderpaw his congratulations, Fireheart could not help wishing that all his problems could be solved so smoothly. Fireheart, you turd! What the hell do you mean, man? Like, I don't know, it feels dismissive. Now I'm feeling self-conscious that I'm a #1 Fireheart hater. Maybe it's not that bad. I'm just quanky. Fireheart. I just was like, bro, What do you mean so smoothly? She's trying her best, and she's just like, she's worked hard to get where she is. Bro. Okay. Back to it. We're coming to my last notes here. And by that, I mean, I have 5 more pages, 6 more pages. Okay, maybe not. Okay, yes. So, okay, so they're trying to get to the gathering. So everybody's going, ThunderClan is going to the gathering, and their territory is flooded. So they go out, and they're like, crap, how are we going to get there? And they go over, they're like, okay, we're going to have to pass over onto ShadowClan's territory. So across the way they go, and they go down ShadowClan's territory to be found by their patrol. And Nightheart's like, you fools, what are you doing here? And Blue Star's like, well, we can't get to the gathering. We need to cross here. There's no other way. And he's like, well, you should have thought about that before being idiots. And she's like, what the hell? And then he's like, okay, like, you can cross. I'm not happy about it, but he's like, yeah, ThunderClan should be here for this gathering, all ominously. And everybody's like, what? I saw what do you mean? Night Pelt, excuse me. Like, what do you mean? What is weird? Okay, chill, but whatever. So they're like, okay, come with us. We'll escort you. So they take him down to the gathering. And then I'm gonna go forward, then I'm gonna go backwards. But then at the end, when they go back, Blue Star's like, okay, like, we're gonna go home. And Night Pelt essentially goes, yeah, and how do you think you're doing that? Because he ain't coming back the way he came. And I'm like, what? Night Pelt, you're such a little turd. He's like, yeah, you thought you could come back again? I don't think so, idiot, because he's mad at her now. Because they expose that ThunderClan is harboring Broken Tail. And ShadowClan is pissed, and that's why they wanted them to be there, to be like, you are so shitty, crappy for holding on to Broken Tail. We're so mad at you. And then after they're like, yeah, we're mad at you, so good luck finding your way home, stinkies, and leave him. I'm like, that is so funny, actually, that he's just like, sorry, loser, get good, see you in class, idiot. I just thought it was so funny. And then, but going back on that, so it's revealed that it was Swiftpaw, and I love that. I'm like, oh, Swiftpaw, because I mean, what a real thing for, like, to happen. Like, it's of course it would be Swiftpaw, just like a little guy who's gossiping. I just love that. I'm like, hell yeah, it happens. Oh, we love it. Somebody's saying fart girl, and I think that's so funny. It says, oh my god, the infamous epic rap battles of war get my legacy. It's me. I'm still yapping. Oh, you know what? You're so right. I need to put more information on TikTok, River. Where is this in the series? I don't remember the title. Sorry, it is very early in the series. It is the 3rd book of the 1st arc, so we're very at the beginning. Okay, mental note. Gotta add that. Okay. Where am I now? Oh yeah. So Blue Star on page 192, she says, so they're like, you are harboring the worst person in the world. And she's like, what? And she goes, or Night Pelt, Night Star at this point, they think. Blue Star, he meowed, tell us why you have done this. Broken Star is blind, Blue Star replied, her voice ringing out so that every cat in clearing could hear her. He is an old, defeated cat. He is no danger, not anymore. Would you have him starve to death in the forest? Yes, Night Star's, my god, yes, Night Star's voice rose, shrill and insistent. No, death is too cruel for them. I think it's so funny. The Blue Star's like, oh my god, would you rather this man go out into the cold, shiver, and perish in the elements rather than being warm and cozy? And they're like, yes, that is exactly what we want, actually, correct. Yeah, kill him dead. And then she's like, oh damn, that backfired. Shit, damn, I mean, crap. Sorry, these lives are getting away from me, but like, shoot, you're so right. Damn it. Also, I love the subtle, like, note, because Fireheart makes a note, like, why is Night Star so insistent that they get rid of Broken Tail? Like, yes, he did all these bad things, but he's so desperate. Like, he has this air of desperation to him. It doesn't make sense. That's weird. But later we find out it's because Night Star can't get his 9 lives because Broken Tail is still alive. So StarCon's like, you can't have any lives. But I was like, oh, that's cool, because I never really picked up on that until, like, going back and being like, oh yeah, because he's probably stressed out that he's not a real leader at the moment. So I was like, oh yeah, interesting. Also, I think it's, so, like, and that being said, they kind of don't follow it. Actually, no, I won't go into spoilers for future books. We'll stick to where we are. Oh yeah, and then Blue Star, like, so, like, now is all like humbled because she's like, would you rather him die? And everybody's like, yep, we sure would. And then she like turns to Tall Star for like help, and she's like, well, Tall Star, you remember, like, we did you a solid, we brought you back home after being driven out. And they're like, oh, you think you're better than us? You brought us home just so we could owe you? What the heck? And it like totally backfires on her. I'm like, oh, girl can not catch a break, which I mean makes sense because they're just mad, and like it shouldn't be held over their head, but it's just like, oh, Blue Star, you did not get the reaction that you thought you were going to, and I think that's funny. Oh, and then they make a note of Blue Star. They're like, Blue Star can't send him away now. It would look like she's giving in. No one would respect her. No one, not even her clan, would respect her. I'm like, isn't that what they want though? They're all like, yeah, kill him. We want him dead. And she's like, well, now I can't because you're telling me to. I was gonna do the dishes, but now that you've said that I need to, I no longer have the desire to do it. So I'm not gonna. It's just like, he's not being sheltered, says Fizzy Dizzy. I love that name, Fizzy Dizzy. He's not being sheltered, he's their prisoner. Yeah, like, he's not being treated great, like, he's not being treated poorly, but I guess to the minds of ShadowClan and WindClan, who have these, like, huge grievances with them for their own, like, varying reasons, well, very similar reasons, but they're like, oh, like, nothing, like, that to them is them sheltering him. Like, they're like, you're treating him too well because he doesn't even deserve, like, a nest to sleep in kind of thing. So I get why they're, like, saying that they're sheltering him, because they have no idea, I think, is how I understand. Okay. I swear I watched you when I was like 9 years ago, Arthur, and I'm still here talking about cats. You can't get rid of me. You cannot. Two things are inevitable: the heat death of the universe and Blixemi talking about cats on the internet. Okay. Oh, this is where I was talking about Night Pelt on page 195. I gotta read this to you because I just thought it was so good. He just zinging the Blue Star. Let's see. Tigerclaw, this is no place to argue amongst ourselves, Blue Star told him quietly. When we get back to camp, and how do you intend to get back? It was Nightstar who interrupted, pushing his way past the ThunderClan warriors. Not the way you came, I hope. If you set one paw on ShadowClan's territory, we'll rip you to pieces. He turned and slipped away into the shadows without waiting for a reply. I'm like, damn, dude. He's like, oh, I'll figure it out. Stupid. I just thought that was funny. It's like, heck yeah. Oh, okay, I found the economical thing. Oh, it was just hidden away in my notes. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, hold on, listen to this. Okay, this is my note. 0 cents. 0 cents, okay? Well, no, it does make sense, but I just think it's funny. Okay. So, where are we? Boom. Okay, and again, this is them beating Fireheart over the head, being like, Blue Star is their mother, and he's like, maybe they played, like, poker together in college, I'm not sure. Okay, so, watching his leader and the River Clan Queen, Misty's foot, they're talking about, walking step by step, Fireheart couldn't help thinking how their blue-gray fur shone almost identically in the moonlight. They had the same neat, compact bodies, and when they leapt over a log that lay in their path, they both flexed their limbs with the same economical ripple of muscles. What? Sorry, what? What was that? Same economical ripple of muscles. Like, I guess it makes sense. And they're saying that they don't exert any unnecessary, like, effort or energy, and they're just, like, very well... They know they're muscle. I don't know. Like, I get what they're trying to say. I just think it's just so funny of, like, what an odd choice of words. What an odd way to phrase that. Can I draw your cat persona thing? Absolutely. Oh my god, yeah. If you want to, yeah. My little guy. I would love to. I would love that. Tickle me. That would make me tickled. What's the way of saying that? That isn't weird. Wait, are you the person that asked their relative warrior cat's names? Dang tootin'. Everybody will be corrupted by my warrior cats. Mark my word. It's my mission in life. They told me, you must spread the warrior cat news. And I said, what? Okay, sounds good. Where? Oh, I've lost it. Oh. Okay, yeah, this is where I was talking about Blue Star wanting to keep Broken Tail. Because of the whole yellow thing. But on page 208, why I've said I've agreed with Dark Stripe. Why have I agreed with him? Oh yes, okay. So what happened is ShadowClan and WindClan have come to ThunderClan, and they're like fighting them to be like, get Broken Tail out of here, grr, and they're like fighting, and they're all like torn up. The battle's over, but they're all like worn down, and Dark Stripe starts talking to Blue Star. well, yelling at her, I think. You brought this on us. It was Darkstripe who spoke, angrily confronting Bluestar. You made us keep Broken Tail here, and now we've been torn to pieces defending him. How long before one of us is killed for his sake? Bluestar looked troubled. I never thought it would be easy, Darkstripe, but we must do what we believe is right. Darkstripe spat at her with contempt. For Broken Tail? For a couple of mouse tails, I'd kill him myself. Several of the other warriors mewed in their agreement. I kind of agree. Like, I don't know, like, I just, but if the motive is something else, but I don't know. I do like it though. Intrigue. We're good. Okay, what next? Okay, so this is where Fireheart finally clicks in that Bluestar is their mother, and I'm like, this is such a non thing. I just don't get it. Let's see. How much context do we need? Okay, so Yellowfang rasped unexpectedly. I fought battles in my time, and I know. Bluestar, she went on, turning the leader and facing her squarely. Thank you. It means a lot to me that you'd risk your clan to protect Broken Tail. That really didn't make sense out of context, but that's fine. Bluestar shook her head. There's no need for thanks, Yellowfangs. It's a matter of honor. Despite what Broken Tail has done, he deserves our compassion now. The old medicine cat bowed her head. Softly, so that only Bluestar and Fireheart could hear, she mewed. He has brought great danger to my adopted clan, and for that I am sorry. Bluestar moved closer and gave her gray coat a comforting lick. For a moment, the expression in her eyes was that of a mother soothing a fretful kit. A picture came into Fireheart's mind of the clan leader padding through the forest on the night of the gathering, and the moonlight that shone on the three silver coats, Bluestar, Mistyfoot, and Stonefur. Fireheart gasped. Was that what he'd really seen? Three cats so identical that they could be nothing else but kin? I'm like, what? Like, okay, I shouldn't nitpick, because I guess that does make sense. But to me, it's like, there was all of these, like, really, really, really clear moments of, like, that is their, that's their mother. That is their actual mother. Hello, mom. I meant mom. That's her. And it's, like, just this random, but maybe that does make sense. Okay, hold on, I'm talking myself out of it. Because I guess, like, when it's that, like, in your face, I don't know how to necessarily justify it, but I just thought it was funny of, like, oh, her just patting Yellowfang on the head, being like, there. He's like, oh my god, that's mom. Whoa. See what else. Okay, so Cinderpaw ripping into Tigerclaw when he's not helping with so Silverstream's giving birth and perishing all the while, and Cinderpaw just gets him. Listen to this. I'm like, dang. Non-existent says obvious hints exist. Fireheart. What could that possibly mean? Seems strange. Probably just the wind. And then he gets like bumped in the head with an acorn. He's like, oh my god, gravity exists and Bluestar is their mother. Hurrah! Okay, so anyways, into a very serious conversation where Silverstream is in great turmoil and the kitten needs to be warmed up. Before any cat had time to reply, Cinderpaw let out a shout of triumph. You've done it, Silverstream. Moments later, she turned with a second tiny kit in her jaws and set it down in front of Tigerclaw. Here, lick. Tigerclaw glared at her. I'm not a medicine cat. Cinderpaw's blue eyes blazed as she rounded on the deputy. You've got a tongue, haven't you? Lick, you useless lump of fur. Do you want the kit to die? Fireheart flinched, half expecting Tigerclaw to hurl himself at her and slash her open with his powerful claws. Instead, the dark tabby bowed his huge head and began to lick the second kit. I think it's so funny, just a little feisty Cinderpaw being like, and he's like, okay, yep, you got it, I got it. I thought it was so good. And it's so funny that, like, it's not funny at all, but I do think it's humorous that, like, this is very intense, like, scene. Everybody's like, oh my god, there's all this panic. Oh, what's going on? And Tigerclaw's like, aha, I knew it all along. And he's, like, having this big revelation. They're like, shut up. And he's like, what? This whole time I thought. He's like, okay, good, very good. And they're, like, dealing with it. He's like, man, I knew I was right. And they're like, shut up. So much happening. He's like, damn it, I just really wanted to have my aha moment. You took it from me. And then then he's being yelled at to warm up the baby, and he's like grumbling the whole time. Okay. What? Where are we? Oh, on page 224. So Graystripe is sad. Rightfully so. And he's like so sad And like, oh, like I have to bury Silverstream, and he's like having this moment. And at this point, he thinks, oh, like Silverstream has passed, and also the kittens have passed. He doesn't know. And so he's like, oh, I gotta bury Silverstream. And then he says, page 224. Graystripe shook his head. I have to stay here and bury her, he whispered. Here, between RiverClan and ThunderClan. After this, not even her own clan will want to mourn her. Why? What? Huh? Why? I don't understand. And that's okay, I guess, but I'm just like, I feel like that's like not a thing, but I guess in the newer books, I'm used to the newer books of them being like, it's fine, whatever. But I didn't know it was like that big of a transgression. I guess back in the day. Okay. Let's see. Next up. Oh, Golden Flower being like, they take the Graystripe's kittens to the ThunderClan nursery, and Blue Star like really steps up. She's like, we really like these kits. She essentially sees her kits in these kits, which makes sense why she's so ready to like fight for them and like stand for them and stuff. And she goes up to Golden Flower and she's like, hey, like these little guys need you. Like, I know I'm asking a lot of you, but like, I just really like need you to. And like Golden Flower has a moment. She's like, yeah, of course. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna let them starve. They're innocent little guys. And then I just thought it was very sweet. I'm just like, yeah, like not that somebody else wouldn't, but it was just like her being like, oh, of course, like, yes, like that is there's no other option than to keep baby safe. And I'm like, heck yeah. Okay. Sorry, I do read the comments. I'm just glancing down at the books as I'm doing this, and I'm glancing at too many things, but I'm trying to both read the comments and also the book in my notes. So, but yes, hello. I'm reading the comments for the most part. Just trying to keep myself on track so it's not 7 hours long. But yeah, with spam, just be careful that it's not over and over kind of thing. Just to make sure that if the comments are being read, if it's the same one, then my eyes kind of glance over them. So yeah, just not to be a, oh my god, what a buzzkill, Jaden. Chill. Okay. Okay, yeah. This is what. Oh no, I'm going too far ahead. Okay, page 228. So I love this spot. Love it. So Cinderpaw is having a really, really tough time with the fact that Silverstream died, and Cinderpaw's like, I could have saved her, like, if I was a better medicine cat, if you were there, somebody could have saved her, like, it's my fault, like, I'm not okay with my skills yet, I let somebody die, and Yellowfang goes up to her, and he says, she's like, yeah, she died, that happened, and that sucks, but it happens. And then, but she doesn't coddle her. She doesn't say, no, you're okay. Nothing happened. You're fine. It's, it's all part of a grand plan, blah, blah, blah. None of that. She just goes, yeah, that happened. And that sucks. And it's going to happen again, probably. So let's keep going. And, but like that tough love, it's not done mean. Like it's done very, like, just matter of factly. And I just think, I'm like, that's so effective, because in that like line of work, I don't know why I've said it like that, but like to be a medicine cat, like that's a whole different type of weight and trauma and things that you have to deal with that a normal cat of the clan wouldn't even begin to think about. And so it's like they have to have this care for all the people of the clan, all the cats of the clan. They have to have this like overwhelming love for everybody, but they cannot let that love stop them from like the tragedies that are inevitable. And I just love how Yellowfang delivered it. Like, I'm like, yes, it is just so... Here, let me read it to you. Let's see. Silverstream died. Oh, okay, very harsh. Okay, yeah. Fireheart could hardly hear her muffled reply, I let her die. That's not true. So Fireheart is like, no, it wasn't you, and it wasn't her. It was just, it happened, though. I'm supposed to be a medicine cat. I'm supposed to save lives. You saved the 2 kids, Fireheart reminded her, moving closer and pressing the side of his face against her cheek, which I think is a very like comforting thing. But it's also like from your teacher, like, yes, it is very good that came from Fireheart, and I think that's important. But where's Yellowfang? What's going on? Fireheart looked up to see Yellowfang standing in front of them, a puzzled frown on her broad gray face. What's this I hear about Graystripe and a RiverClan queen? blah, 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 blah. Okay, sorry, I just don't want to read all this nonsense that isn't needed. Cinderpaw glanced up at that. I'll never be a medicine cat. I'm useless. I let Silverstream die. What? Snarled Yellowfang angrily, arching her skinny gray body. That's the most mouth-spraying thing I've ever heard. Yellowfang, Fireheart began to protest at her harsh tone, but the medicine cat ignored him. You did your best, Cinderpaw, she growled. No cat can do more. But it wasn't good enough, Cinderpaw pointed out dully. If you'd been there, you would have been able to save her. Oh, StarClan told you that? Did they? Cinderpaw, sometimes cats die, and no cat can do anything about it. She let out a rusty mew, half laughter, half scolding. Not even me. But I lost her, Yellowfang. And this is where I'm like, yes, Yellowfang, this is so good. But I lost her, Yellowfang. And then Yellowfang says, I know. And that's a hard lesson. Now, there's a rough sympathy in the old cat's meow. But I've lost cats before now, more cats than I care to count. Every medicine cat in the world has. You live with it, you go on. Come on, we got work to do. And I'm like, I just really like that. I'm like, yes, Yellowfang, you're so good, dude. I just love her. I don't know what about that. I'm just like, Okay. Let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, on page 245, that's when we learn that Tigerclaw is the father of Goldenflower's kids, and it's so passed over. And I'm like, oh, after all this theme of like parenting and like lineage and caring for kids and like the emotional turmoil of, but maybe hang on, I might have a thought, but maybe that just says so much about Tigerclaw too, that he is just so into his own stuff that even something that is so important to everybody else, he's just bypassed by. He's like, I don't give a crap. Like, yeah, they're my kids. They're probably a good pawn to use in the future, but whatever. But I don't know. I just wish, I don't know what I wish. I guess it makes sense for his character, so I guess I can't complain about it. But I just wish that they hadn't, or they had done a little bit more. But listen to this. So he's gonna go talk to Greystripe right now because Greystripe's in the nursery and he's gonna go see him, and he's like Greystripe's watching over his babies. So this is Fireheart. As he entered the nursery, he felt a jolt of surprise to meet Tigerclaw coming out. He stepped aside to let the deputy pass him, wondering what he'd been doing in the nursery, until he remembered that one of Goldenflower Kit's was a dark tabby. Tigerclaw must be their father. So he doesn't even say it. He's just like, oh, but now he can tell them, like before, like he's got like Mistyfoot and Bluestar right beside each other. He's like, I don't know. And then they're both like Tigerclaw and Bramble Kit at the time. He's like, oh my god, they're identical. And it's just like a little tiny little scrap of fur. And he's like, ah, yes, identical to the big scary Tigerclaw. That's his boy. Okay. So here's the thing. Are you ready for my insane theory that isn't that much of a theory or that insane actually? So on page 276, Tigerclaw has revealed his plan. The rogues have come into camp. Tigerclaw has sent away all the warriors. They're coming back, and he has this big plan. He's gonna kill Bluestar. All the rogues are like fighting. He slips into the warriors' den, and he's like, "Remember me to StarClan. I'm gonna kill you over and over and over until I'm the leader." Fireheart goes, no, I don't think so. Jumps in, starts fighting Tigerclaw, and they kind of go back and forth. Bluestar is just like, oh my god, just like shell-shocked. Can't do anything, just so like, oh my god, overwhelmed, and there's so much happening. And so Fireheart and Tigerclaw start fighting. And Fireheart wins this fight. You know how? Because he gives Tigerclaw a wound. Where is that wound? Well, let me tell you where that wound is. This wound is... I need the exact page. I don't know why I set it up like that. I set that up so dumb, but that's fine. 76. No, yes, 76. Never mind. Okay, here we are. Kitty Pet. Tigerclaw taunted, flexing his haunches to pounce again. Come and find out how a real warrior fights. He threw himself at Fireheart, but the last moment Fireheart darted aside. As Tigerclaw tried to turn in the narrow den, his paw slipped on a splash of blood and he crashed awkwardly to one side. At once, Fireheart saw his chance. His claws sliced down. Okay, here it is. His claws sliced down to open a gash in Tigerclaw's belly. Blood welled up, soaking into the deputy's fur. So, here's my theory. So, in this moment, Fireheart does enough damage to his belly, his like underside, to like cause him to like no longer able to fight, and he's like, ah, and that's when they like pin him down and they're like, okay, you stay. Interesting that later on in the like, this is actually not even that exciting of a thing. I don't know why I'm making a big deal, but like later he dies. Like Tigerclaw, spoilers, holy cow, spoilers for the 6th book of this arc. So let me give 5 seconds. If you haven't read the last book, this is your time to tip out of this arc. So Darkest Hour, whatever it is, the last book of the first arc. Okay. You guys are warning in 5, 2, 0. Okay, here we go. So Tigerclaw dies from Scourge slicing in down his belly. And I'm like, wouldn't it be interesting, is because the whole thing was like, oh, Tigerclaw died not to Fireheart, and this big like overarching like thingy of, oh, you think it was gonna be Fireheart who takes him down, but it's actually Scourge, blah 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 blah. But like, wouldn't it be interesting if it was like an old wound that like he never got resolved and stuff like that, and like it's this constant like reminder of Fireheart, and it like or Scourge like reopens it through like his claws and stuff, and like because they're like, oh my god, like how did he do that? And later Fireheart's fighting him, and like I'm like, why didn't like Scourge just like slice and dice up Fireheart or Firestar at this point, Firestar the way they did Tigerstar, but he didn't. So I'm like, oh, it'd be cool if it was like uh that's what it was. Like it was like a coming back to that. Or you guys are saying foreshadowing too. That's also a really good one. But I'm just like, oh, that would be interesting. And like I like the symbolism of like this old wound, and like because Tigerclaw, his whole thing in this moment, and he's letting his ambition win. He's losing this fight because he's not thinking. He's just letting his ambition blind him. He wants what he wants, and he's underestimated Fireheart. And he's like, I don't care. Like, you're standing in the way of what I want. I don't care. But then Fireheart deals him this devastating blow. And then in 3 books later, the exact same thing happens. He's blinded by his ambition. He says to Scourge, you're going to work for me. You're going to do what I want. This is you. Like, and it's the exact same thing. Kind of like more of an echo of it, but it's the exact same wound. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I really like that. So I don't know if that's actually anything, but I just thought it was interesting. I'm like, oh, that's weird that it's like the exact same plot. Or maybe he just has a soft little tummy. Who knows? He just got an upset tummy. He needs some Pepto. Oh, also, I love this. So when they're fighting, the rogues and stuff, they're losing, and they're like, ah! And they're like, oh my god. And then all of a sudden, Mistyfoot, I don't know who all comes. I just know that Mistyfoot, Stonefur, and Leopardfur are there amongst some other RiverClan cats, because they're coming in to like get the kits. But they find the rogues are in ThunderClan, so they're coming to help. And I love it because like Blue Star's still in the den, like being like very traumatized. Like, so Fireheart's out there fighting, and he's like, oh my god, Blue Star, like she comes into the clan. He's like, how did she do that? She's coming into the clan to fight, but it's actually Mistyfoot. And I'm like, oh, that is, I don't know why I like that so much, but I'm like, oh, that is cool. Of like him now being like, no, that is her. That is like, and she's, I don't know. I really like that. I was like, that's cool. Okay. What else do we have? Oh, and then Leopardfur, she's like a little firecracker. But in this moment, she was so leaderly. Listen to this. I love this. Fireheart didn't want to say anything yet about Tigerclaw's involvement. How did you know we needed help? He asked, puzzled. We didn't, replied Mistyfoot. We came to talk to Blue Star about... Not now, Leopardfur interrupted. Not now, Leopardfur interrupted, though Fireheart guessed that Mistyfoot was going to say about the kits. ThunderClan needs some time to recover. She dipped her head graciously towards Fireheart. We are glad to have helped. Tell your leader we will return soon. So I guess they came to be like, hey, give us those babies right now. But I don't know, she's like, oh, this is not the time. I get it. And I just really like that, because I'm like, I don't know, I like that. I was like, normally she's so like feisty and ready to fight, but it just showed like how leaderly she was in that moment. Okay, also, page 281, me and my beef with Fireheart. So he goes up to Sandstorm, and he says to her, can you do something? Because he's gonna go tell her to go up to the leader stand and deal with Tigerclaw, okay? So instead of like being kind and being, no, now I'm all self-conscious now that Cockatoo's called me out for my Fireheart hate. But I was like, really, this just felt, it would take 2 seconds. I don't know, but maybe he didn't have time. I don't know, but just the way this was delivered, I'm like, why? But he goes up to Sandstorm. Hold on, let me read it. Okay, so she came in and she's like, what's going on? He's like, oh, Broken Tail's outlaws were turds. She said, again? Maybe Blue Star will think twice about sheltering Broken Tail now. It's more complicated than that. Fireheart felt unable to explain it right then. Sandstorm, will you do something for me and not ask questions? I don't know, I'm just like, I don't know why I didn't like that. Now, maybe I don't have a reason. Maybe I am just Fireheart hater. But it's just like, it just, to me, he could have been like, hey, like, I don't actually know what I would have wanted him to do in that moment. So maybe I take it back. But I just didn't love the vibe. I'm just like, But there's just something about it where like, I don't know. Because to me, it's just a constant dismissal of Sandstorm. Maybe I'm just a Sandstorm apologist. I think that's what it boils down to. Okay, Oh yeah, okay, so then so Blue Star's like, okay, tell them about Tigerclaw, go on. And he's like, okay, so he stands on top of the clan rock, whatever it's called, high rock. He stands up there, he has a voice crack, he's like, hi everybody, I'm your class president. And he's like talking, and just the way he delivers this made me laugh. I'm like, what a guy. Because he's like so informal. Cats of ThunderClan, he began. His voice squeaked like a kit's, and he paused to control it. Cats of ThunderClan. This is where it's funny. Do you remember when Redtail died? It's like, bro, like, why did you say it? I just thought it was just, what an opener. It like felt like a comedy setup. What's up with those Redtails dying, am I right? Cats of Thunder... Motorcycles. Really? Okay. Alright, sorry about that. Cats of ThunderClan, do you remember when Redtail died? Tigerclaw, and then he goes into it, which is funny, but like, when I initially read that, I'm like, where are we going with that? That's funny. Okay. Okay, remember when I went on that huge, like blah, 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 about Longtail being a good guy? Him, like, saving Fireheart, even though he didn't really love him, he's like, yeah, you know what, but I still respect you, you're still a member of my clan, you're still a valued member in my life, and even though I don't like you and I'll still call you names, like, I would still save your life. Remember that whole thing? Yeah. So, Fireheart's the worst. I'm fully leaning into my Fireheart hate now. Because listen to this. So Tigerclaw is like, I'm leaving. Who's with me? Who's coming shopping with me? And he looks at Darkstripe, and Darkstripe says no. He looks at Dustpelt, and Dustpelt goes no. And he looks at Longtail. And Longtail, where page is this? 288. I'm way far ahead. Well, first he looks at Darkstripe, and then Longtail, and then Dustpelt. And they all said no. But when he said to Darkstripe, he said, I trusted you. I thought you were the finest warrior in the forest, but you plotted. But I like how Darkstripe isn't mad that Tigerclaw was a traitor. He was mad that he didn't tell him he was going to be a traitor. He's like, I thought we were besties. Why? Why would you do this? You didn't keep me in on your secrets, so now I'm not a fan. But I thought that was funny. But then Longtail is like, no, like, I'm loyal. So Tigerclaw shrugged. If you chose to take that personally, that's your problem. He growled. Longtail? Longtail gave a nervous start. Come with you, Tigerclaw? Into exile? His voice shook. No, I can't. I'm loyal to ThunderClan. And directly after, no other text, instantly Fireheart goes, and you're a coward. Fireheart added oh my god, and you're a coward. Fireheart added silently, catching the fear scent as Longtail shrank back into the crowd of cats. He's like, oh yeah, you said that, but also you're a wimp, so. And I'm like, bro, what the heck? I'm like, he saved your life. He's like gone above and beyond. He never once, beyond being like, oh, you're a kitty pet. Everybody said that, which I don't agree with, but also like, yeah, of course he's scared. Like, of course he is. He just found out that this, like, very respected, strong, like, presence in their clan. They've gone through this huge fight. They've just discovered that it's, like, this groundbreaking thing of it's this big, like, discovery. And of course the guy's having emotions. And he's like, can you imagine the guy having feelings? Am I right? How cringe is that, coward? I'm like, bro, he saved your life, dude. What is wrong with you? But he doesn't care. He doesn't care. Oh. Okay. I know, thank you, that Fireheart, what the heck? And yes, sorry, this is Forest of Secrets that I'm reading. I gotta write that in the next one. I will remember. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, bro, you're so mean. Okay, also, so earlier in the book, I forgot to mention this, but Cloudkit goes up to these beautiful red berries and he's like, delicious, and he goes to eat them, and Cinderpelt like barrels into him from across the dance floor, takes him down, and is like, you eat those and you will die literally. And he's like, oh my god, okay, I won't eat them. And she's like, if you eat them you will like perish instantly and you will like just explode. It's like, okay, noted, don't eat those berries. And at the end of the book it's brought back because, so the reason I say this, because Firestar was there and watched the whole thing. And then Firestar, so he's seeing Yellowfang, and Yellowfang's talking to Broken Star, which, may I say, is one of the most intense and fantastic scenes in this book, is Yellowfang confronting Broken Star. Oh, Broken Tail. But he sees Yellowfang preparing these berries, and he's like, hang on a second, those berries that she's about to give to him, that's the exact berries that Cinderpaw had told us, like, or told Cloud Kit, like, that's really deadly, that'll kill you kind of thing. What is she doing? And then it like goes into it of how she's gonna make, and I was just like, that is so good. What a good setup. And it really paid off. Like, it didn't bring it up so much of like, just like, sometimes they bring things up over and over and over and over and over. But with this one, it was just the one time. And you like click back and you're like, oh my God, yeah, holy cow, yeah. I just thought it was done so well. I'm like, yes, dude, that's such a good scene. The whole thing with her and Broken Tail, just the whole thing. Like, I don't want to, like, I want to read the scene, but I don't, because I feel like I'm going to butcher it. But like, seriously, if you get a chance, what page does it start on? Where are we? So it like starts on page like 292, but it like goes into just like her being like, yeah, no, I am your mom and you suck. But like, so good. It is such a good scene. Holy cow. One of the best, in my opinion. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with it. I know what I am. So, yeah, that was such a good scene. I really love that. But here, I'll read her last sentence because this is so good. Yellowfang crouched even closer to him, her eyes gleaming. I know you care for nothing, Broken Tail. Not your clan, nor your honor, nor your kin. I have no kin, Broken Tail spat out the words. Wrong. Your kin has been closer to you than you ever dreamed. I'm your mother, Broken Tail. The blind warrior made curious rasping noise in his throat, like a terrible attempt at laughter. Spiders have spun webs in your brain, old one. Medicine cats never have kits. That's why I had to give you up. Blah, blah, blah. She goes on to it. You murdered Ragged Star, your own father. You killed kids of our clan. You made me take the blame. You would have destroyed our clan completely. So now it's time to put an end to all this treachery. And then he instantly starts feeling the effects of the poison. And then, oh man, she hits him with the, he goes, what have you done? I can't feel my paws. I can't breathe. She says, I fed you death berries. Her eyes were mere slits as she gazed at him. I know this is your last life, Broken Tail. Medicine cats always know. Now no cat will ever be hurt ever again because of you. And the whole time, Fireheart isn't even there. He's like watching from aside. So Yellowfang is like not doing this for anybody other than just the closure. And I'm like, yes, that's so good. And it gave me like, oh God, it just, woo, gave me a little chills. I'm like, oh, Yellowfang, you freaking goat. That is so good. Okay. Woo. I love it. Madeline M said, didn't Yellowfang see Fireheart as a son in some way? Ah, dude, I think so. I think she does mention, I won't get in, okay, I'll avoid spoilers, but we'll remember that. I think it's in, whatever the next book is. What is the next book, actually? We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But the scene is so, like, just everything about it. Like, listen, oh gosh. Like, and it's so intense in the way they describe it, but also like not like graphic. But Broken Tail's jaws parted in a cry of shock and fear. Fireheart thought he could hear regret there too, but the blind warrior was unable to put words to it. His limbs thrashed and his paws scrabbled in the dust. His chest heaved as he fought for air. And then Fireheart's like, I cannot watch this. This is so, and Yellowfang the whole time is just watching him and just like, oh, dude, man, so good. And then he dies. And then Yellowfang, like, doesn't know Fireheart watched this at all, like, has no clue, and so she lies to him, which I don't think it's, like, that's a big emotional thing, and she doesn't need to explain anything, like, she is just, you know, she did what she thought was right, and I love that. But, oh, don't mind me, whoa. Okay, sorry. So she just straight up lies, which I think is funny, but, like, it's not a lie though, actually, because she says, Broken Tail lay motionless in the center of the small clearing. The old medicine couch, very good. The old medicine cat crouched beside him, her nose pressed to his side. As Fireheart patted up, she raised her head. Her eyes were filled with pain as she looked older and frailer than ever before. But Fireheart knew how strong she was. Okay, blah, 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 blah. So then she says, I did everything I could, but he died. And isn't that powerful when you think about when she's saying that? Like, she's not saying in this moment, she's done everything that she could and he still died. Well, she's lying, but she's not. Because in her time, even from when he was a kid, she thought that she did everything that she could for him, but he still ended up on this path and dying. But it's like, she's like, I did everything I could and it still happened this way. And he is now dead because of it. And I just love that, because I guess she's not really lying, because she has done everything that she thought that she could do. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. And then we get stupid Yellowfang and StarClan. Where's this Yellowfang? Where's the OG Yellowfang? I'm begging you. So good. Okay. Yes, the medicine couch. Wait. Man, I've had so many. Fire alarm, fever heart, medicine couch. So I've got a problem, apparently. Fire Rising Storm is the next book, says Pink Leafeon. I think you're completely right, Pink Leafeon. It says at the beginning of this book, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, you're totally right, Rising Storm. And I think that's when she talks about him being like a son. I think. Hey, and then also I have a question. They make this whole point that Fireheart is going to take I'm reading and not able to do too many things at once. But so Fireheart's gonna give, or somebody's gonna give Blue Star a magpie, but it's crow food. And what is the symbolism? Because they're like, oh, this must be, oh no, mistrust. Oh, I forgot. How could you bring that back up? I forgot about mistrust. Oh no. Oh god, that was like after I ended the stream, so TikTok and also people who weren't here last week, I for sure thought mistrust was another word for like hoarfrost or whatever it's called, the like stuff on the trees. And I'm like, oh, that's so funny. Like maybe that's another like country's term for the frost that we know. But no, he was saying mistrust. It was just this whole thing and it's very dumb, but it made me laugh. But yeah, I don't know what the whole crow food thing was. Like, I don't know if it's that Tigerclaw was the crow food or like if her like trust was now like rotted. I don't know, but I kind of was skimming at that point. I think I was in a rush to finish the book to get ready in time. And okay, freaking Gray Stripe. We got beef again. I had so much beef with him last book. I got more beef. So he finds out his kids are alive. Hooray. RiverClan keeps coming to the camp being like, we need those babies back. Those babies are ours. And Blue Star's like, no, like they can be here. Like they're ThunderClan just as much as they're RiverClan. Like they're fine here. And like they just lost a really like important strong member of ThunderClan. Everybody's weakened. Like it is not a good time for ThunderClan at all. And they need all the help that they can get. And so Gray Stripe, being trustworthy, being one of Firestar's closest, if not the closest confidant, and like a good like pillar and moral thing, well, questionably, but like in theory with the whole Tigerclaw thing in Blue Star's eyes, like he is trustworthy because he is like an extension of Fireheart. What does he do? He's like, oh, you know what? I've caused ThunderClan so much trouble. Like, you know what? Take the kids. You just take them. It's fine. Take them to RiverClan. I've caused so much problems, and I just can't cause you guys any more problems. And then he goes with them, and he's like, psych, I'm going with them. Bye, idiots. See you later, suckers. And it's like, okay, again, you're just being like, they need you more than ever now. They need the strong warrior that you are to be the moral support, to be the strength, to hunt, to fight. And you are like, see ya. This is where I take my leave, baby. And he like bows out, curtain calls, and it's like, see sayonara, ding dongs, and he leaves. And I'm like, dude, like you are making this big thing of being like, oh, like I'm gonna do the moral thing. I've done so much for ThunderClan, blah blah blah. And then he's like, yeah, but also psych, and he leaves. And I'm like, oh, again, Gray Stripe. Me and Gray Stripe, we fight. And Blue Star this whole time was like ready to fight for them. She's like, no, like they are going to stay here. We want these kids in ThunderClan. They don't have names at this point, but like Stormkit and Featherkit are ours, and we will do what it takes to keep them here. We will fight. And then Gray Stripe's like, nah, let them have them. It's fine. Like, and I get that it would have caused more issues, but like in the grand scheme of things, like him being there, I feel like is more important. I don't know. It just seemed so goofy. I'm like, Gray Stripe at it again with his tomfoolery. And then so Gray Stripe leaves, and they have this big emotional farewell. And then Gray Stripe walks into the horizon one way, and Tigerheart. Oh my god, I promise that wasn't even on purpose. Tigerheart falls back in the other direction, and it's this big emotional thing. Gray Stripe is going to start his new life with his kids, and Fireheart is going to go start his life as a deputy, and the book ends. Oh, so good. And that's where we end it. And then, yeah, that's it. So that was the book. There's so much that happened in that. Not as sassy, or he was sassy, but very, very, very good. Blixemi is #1 Gray Stripe hater. I'm really not. It's just these books. Normally I'm fine with him, but like with this book, I'm like, you are insufferable. You are such a little twerp. But so is Fireheart, I guess. At the same time, he was grieving, says Busy Dizzy. That is true. And he's like probably not in his right state of mind. But it just, to me, I was just like, bro, come on. Like, come on. Like, what? Like, I get you want to be with your kids and you don't want to cause problems, but like, can't you see that this is causing problems? But, what can you do? Yeah, oh, the ending made me sad. It was, honestly, it was a good ending. They left all the good scenes for like the very end of, uh, like Tigerclaw revealing his treachery, Yellow Fang, everything. I just really liked it. It's like, yeah, that's very good. So yeah, so it's okay. Blix, words are hard. I feel you. Oh my god, I feel you. So that was our book of the week. What a good time. Oh, and we had about the same time for last week, so I won't go on too much more. TikTok, thank you guys for being here with me and joining us for the first one on TikTok. Going forward, next week, same time, same place, we will be reading Rising Storm. I think that's what Pink Leafeon was saying was next. I think that's what I checked. Yep. So Rising Storm for next week. If you want to read ahead, or we'll do like this is similar, and I'll have the book here reading it out and stuff. But feel free to read it in advance if you want to chat. If you guys, yeah, I guess that's all I have. Are you excited for the next one? I really am, Violet. Like I am really enjoying going through these and writing my crazy little notes. But yeah, oh my god, what a fun time. I hope you guys have a good one. I'll be here same time next week at 11 a.m. my time, which I have no idea what the time actually is. But yeah, you guys take care, and we'll see ya later. Toodaloo.